Perfect. All right. Well, I think I accidentally flashed camera a little bit. Not me, but like I think I like flashed us a little bit beforehand. But I think we are live now. So let me double check and go over to our page. I still haven't checked. Oh my. I need to get that ready. We need to go look at comments later because
Yeah.
they are abundant more than we thought. All right. Next. All right. Well, I mean, I think we're all good. I'm just waiting for the
Screen
stupid
comments on screen.
just waiting for the stupid stream to pop up. If I could if it would show me that we're live, that'd be, a miracle and a half so that I could, copy paste to the Discord. If any of you guys are on the
What?
oh, there we go.
No.
Share, copy,
Cappy.
Cappy. Yeah.
copy.
Cappy. Cappy.
All right. Oh no.
Oh no. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't add everyone on that. Oof. You know what that's gonna be? A copy text and a delete and a read. uh Love it. Yes. All right. All right. Well, without further ado, I think we're good to jump. I think we're good to jump in. I mean,
Let me see. I see us live.
yep, we're just chilling so far.
Yeah.
So far being the main keyword. Well, I mean, all right. Are you guys ready for this? Because this is gonna be. Oh, what's up, Ava?
Yeah.
Are you
People are already flooding in.
are you ready for it? Because this is gonna be it's gonna be something interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's
know.
do it.
What are you guys excited for? Oh, well, I don't know if anybody else knows, but normally, so it's just me and Rift. So Vixen and Rift, we normally are just doing this, but because it's a tier list and we want to make this as unbiased as possible, we actually brought in a
Right.
friend as in here a little bit, so that so that we don't have any conflicting issues. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because I think both Vixen and Rift are wrong about everything. So therefore, yeah, that's my quote unquote unbiased opinion. No, I'm just kidding.
There's our unbiased opinion to be against our biased opinion, quite literally.
Uh,
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, but just so that we can at least wait for people to even see what's going on.
yeah, we'll give it
Because,
a minute.
but yeah.
So Vixen, what's the agenda then? What's on the list for today's stream?
Well, today's stream we are looking at Genshin and Star Rail splash art tier lists. We're looking at Genshin character tier lists of just the animations of each character. Same thing with Star Rail. We might even do like power rankings of who we personally think is above the others, who we are thinking maybe going into Natlin might change things. There's a lot of things we could definitely do, especially with just grabbing every single character. That kind of opens up the shop to do a lot of what we could do for today. So,
That would honestly be kind of interesting, like top characters that we think might change in power significantly in 5.0 and beyond.
Emily.
Yeah. Name one.
Hey, Luke, how's it going?
Alright.
Salute.
As I say, as you guys are doing that, I have to re-put in the some certain splash arts or some certain characters because this tier list is not updated. So I have to, I just put in
If it's
Aloy.
Genshin, it's my complete unbiased opinion that Nervalet, Arlecchino, and Hu Tao are the best DPS.
Little bit of a hot take that both Arlecchino and Hu Tao are up there for best DPS, considering they're both Pyro, but you're not necessarily wrong.
Hi, NQ. Welcome.
Yeah, Rift be the friendly person because I have to
Be the unfriendly person because I'm normally not.
because I gotta look at what's
Rift,
going
you
on
are
here.
the definition of friendliness.
There we go. Okay.
Right.
I think Genshin splash arts are done. By the way, I also threw in the skins. Oh, that's what I forgot. Stupid Nilu skin.
I
What do
like
you
the
mean,
Nilo
stupid Nilu skin?
skin.
Yeah.
He said stupid Nilo skin, and now we're all.
See, this is why you need
Whoa.
me in here for the completely unbiased opinion.
I think Yanfei is the actual best DPS.
No.
JKJ. What do you mean JKJK?
All
I
right.
think no. Yanfei is pretty good though, to be
Stop
honest.
it. Get some help.
Like out of the 4 stars. No, hear me out. Out of the 4 stars, yes, Gaming, Heiso, you've got your power of 4 stars, right? They're pretty obvious. But Yanfei is probably the top of the best of the worst of the best kind of a thing.
worst of the bet. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it's valid.
She's pretty impressive. I feel like Ningguang can be the same way.
Yanfei is
Ningguang just
slightly
hits pretty
better
good.
than Ningguang.
Yeah, like Yanfei can put out more personal damage. I believe that too.
Well, and she has an advantage because she can proc vape, whereas Ningguang is just literally throwing rocks at you. That's all she can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Oh man. You think the new character? You talking about Emily or Mualani?
We're talking about well, I guess we're saying if Emily's going to get better, then
I'm
obviously
talking
that would be
about
due to
it's
Kinnish.
Ava art. You said I think the new character.
Oh,
Well, you're probably talking about
oh.
Mualani then. If we're talking about like best DPS, I think you're talking about Mualani because Mualani. I don't know if you guys saw some of the early access footage from some of the other creators, the bigger creators, but Mualani looks crazy.
Even Kinnish, I mean, both of them are going to be dishing out tons of damage.
Mm-hmm. Emily's really good. I'm using her on Mono Pyro with Cappuccino.
Love using cappuccino.
I mean, that sounds pretty fun, actually. A burn Arlecchino kind of team. Just burn the world. Blood Moon.
Jiao Cho's
A lot
name is
better
so
than my
weird.
Arlecchino team.
I had to think about
For the
whether or not he was
for
going to
the
come before somebody else.
for the uninitiated, including myself, apparently, what is cappuccino referencing?
Capitano.
Well, Capitano's not out.
That's the joke.
Oh,
Once again, another joke went right
clear.
over your
Okay,
head.
yeah,
That's okay.
clearly shows what I know. Shows what I know.
You need to, if you could send that GIF right now, that
That's my.
this is where it would apply.
Yep.
Milani 1 million nuke showcases incoming, I guess. 99% HP is a huge multiplier. Yeah, it is a huge multiplier. Just to think that Yelan's skill is about 50% or something like that at like crown level.
Here come all the Key of Kajnisu users on Mualani. Even though that's not possible.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No, it's possible. What you mean?
I mean, you could
Oh my
definitely do,
gosh.
what's it called? The other HP percent, the Catalyst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jade weapon from Baiju.
Right.
So
Yeah, I could pull that off.
Pretty
I could
good.
pull that off.
I mean, yeah, it's increasing your HP and your elemental mastery, and it's a crit rate main stat, so that's a pretty good yeah, it's a pretty good
What, Jadefall Splendor? That's an HP main stat.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Jadefall Splendor
Uh,
going HP percent.
Yeah, it's
isn't the
HP
ability
percent, and then I think
increase?
Yeah,
it
but that's the whole
increases
point.
like the elemental increases the elemental bonus or whatever. Elemental damage bonus by 11% or something.
Yeah, and that's
Wow.
the whole
Oh, it kind
point
of
of
goes
going
above
for it.
100%
Couldn't you
now.
use technically also Everlasting Moonglow because it's what's her name's weapon?
Well, that's what
Kikomi.
Luke was asking. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, it's
Kikomi's weapon.
HP.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
mean, I
mean,
would be
anything that
wary of
has
it.
HP or crit would be usable on Mualani, I'm thinking.
Yeah, because also, doesn't the weapon have a buff on normal attack damage? And considering those bites that she does, the bigger damage weapons, those are gonna help
I
with
think so.
those initial hits. Hold up, let me look up the weapon because I don't want to
That's
speak
what I'm
out
doing.
of turn.
Right?
Okay, yeah, so healing bonus increased by 10%. Normal attack damage is increased by 1% of the max HP of the character equipping this weapon. So yeah, the healing bonus is basically not that great. Also, you get to restore energy based on using normal attacks.
Kokomi's weapon actually became somewhat okay
Yeah, no, that's
for
actually a pretty
once.
good weapon. I mean, you'll have to forego a lot of crit, but it turns a lot of max HP back into damage, normal attack damage bonus. So, guys, use your Candace on Mualani confirmed.
No.
No. No, I'm okay.
I
Thanks.
can't
Thanks
I can't
anyways.
wait for those videos to come out. Mualani doing 800k vaporize numbers. C0 by the way.
Well, if
Meanwhile those people having C2 Kazuha in the background and not telling you.
Yep,
yeah,
those
it's
are
the
definitely
C4
always gonna come
Ayakas,
around.
the C2 Cleese, it's stuff like that. You're
Yep.
just like, oh,
Also, yeah,
thanks
no,
for
looking
telling
at
me.
Jadefall Splendor, I forgot about the buff, the elemental damage bonus based off HP.
Yeah, there's several
Because it's
options.
only what 40k. Yeah, it's a 40k because 12% and it's a 0.3% for every 1,000 max HP. So it's a good 40k, and you could probably hit that with, especially with an HP percent main style weapon. You just once again are gonna have to go heavy into crit damage because keep in mind that this new set from the artifact set is gonna give her about 40% crit rate. What's up, Haruto? And Nivelette weapon? Yeah, Nivelette's weapon's another great one. I think we talked about it in the Tipple and Hotspot actually. If you're looking at Nivelette's weapon, it's also the same amount of crit damage, same amount of low base attack, which is makes sense because both characters only care about HP, not attack. It's a lot of crit damage. It helps once again, I think it's more based on charge attacks, but it might help normal attacks as well. I can double check that once again.
I read your "Hello, beautiful people" just as if I was watching like the Jeff intro. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. You know, like that's how I read that. Crazy that Mulan will only get better when the Natlan supports start to release. I know, right? Like Mavuika, because I think the best team, one of the best teams at least, would be Mualani, Bennett, Kazuha, Xiangling, and you would just replace either Bennett or Xiangling based on Mavuika's kit. Would go in for one of those two.
If Mavuika was a healer on top of all that we think she might do, that would actually be like kind of crazy.
It'd be 5-star Bennett.
That would actually like dethrone Bennett.
I don't know how I feel about that too. You know what I mean? Like it would feel weird. But the thing is, the cool part about it though, anyways, is like you could use her in one team and then still actually have Bennett to use in the other team.
Right. That's kind of one
It's
of
like
the
having two
reasons I
Bennetts.
won Mavuika specifically is like to finally be able to untether myself from Bennett.
Yeah.
Impossible. Won't happen. All right,
Or at any
well,
rate, at least I can get away from using Xiangling.
yes, I think that's the major reason. I think people just want to be done using Xiangling. I'm keeping my mouth shut because I still want to use her as a DPS, so I'm a wait.
Don't worry, I think
I'm a,
he'll be able to do that too.
I'm gonna sit in the background. I'm gonna just wait. But all right. Well, we've wasted enough time waiting for people to get in. Thank you guys for joining, and thank you to all the future people watching this video. If you guys are gonna watch the stream afterwards, or if you guys are gonna whatever over time, thank you. But we are gonna go ahead and jump into it so that we don't waste any more time. This is a tier list video again, and also, if you were at the very beginning, like the first second or two of the video, you might have seen the initial surprise, I guess you could kind of call a surprise. But
Oh,
well,
you're
here it
right.
goes. There we go. Yeah. So
You're right.
we threw on face cams now for once. So
Yes.
yeah, now you guys get to see what we are. What's up, Akanari? How are you? Long time no see. Yes, yes it is. Well, hopefully everybody can see
Oh wow, yes.
the new change. Yep. Well, there it is. We are live now, so
Let's
now you get to see
go.
everybody here. So
All
yep.
right.
Well, hi. How's everybody doing there today? Now I can actually look at a camera and actually make sense of what I'm doing now. But you know, instead of just blankly talking into a screen, at least now there's a face to it, I guess. What's up,
Right, right.
Radiator? I think that's who you are. But
Yeah, that's who I think too. They are people. Wow. Yeah, guys, we're not AI, and nor are we AI voices.
surprisingly,
They are people.
surprisingly, there are people behind the screen. I'm not an
Yeah.
AI,
Yeah.
contrary to popular
It's
belief.
funny how many people like early on when we were doing interact posts
Thought we
they
were the
were
same
like,
person.
"Wow." That too, but also them just being like, hey, it's the news, but it's not an AI voice doing it. This is great. I'm like yeah, it's not like all these other whatever John Rainbow Shield or whatever you want to call D-Luke, Hot Man, I don't know.
D-Luke Hotman, yes.
Yeah. But figuratively and literally.
Oh my gosh.
What made you two decide to show your face? Connectivity. Big words. Only the big words. No, yeah. Honestly, I think it's just for our streams and whatnot, it just made a little bit more sense, and probably for the videos as well. So, as you can tell, I am still. Oh, if I don't smack my, I think that happens way too often. This thing is in my face. I just smack it all the time. You guys have probably noticed that through streams. We cut those out for videos, but I smack my mic a lot, like probably too much. But that's okay.
They're saying the audio is weird.
The
electro.
okay.
Glitchy.
Go ahead.
I like how you say electro.
Okay, sound better. Well, I have no clue. If you guys, well, one of you two, if you want to go ahead and let me know what's wrong with the audio.
Sounds okay right now, but
I think it sounds fine. I was checking on it. It probably was like one of those interval things where it just kind of is weird, acts weird for a few seconds.
Yeah, streaming services.
Yeah,
great
Normal
stuff.
now, according to Luke.
We're doing a lot of weird stuff to be able to show, because me and
Yeah,
Rift
we
are
really
not in
are.
the same place at the same time.
Yeah, we're like several hundred miles apart.
So we had to jerry rig something, but it works. But that's probably what's going on, is that there's a little bit of fun stuff going on there. But well, that's good. It's better now. All right.
I'm gonna listen to you in the back. I am watching, but won't be texting.
Gonna do skincare. Well, you know, better than me, I guess. So fair enough. All right. Well, I guess without further ado, we already have it up and pulled up. Let's go ahead, I guess, just and jump right into it.
Yeah.
Let's
do it.
You know, okay. Yeah, you know what? First one we're gonna do is splash arts. So we'll go through Genshin and then we'll do Star Rail. We'll kind of jump between both of them. I don't want to do a bunch of Genshin tier lists and then jump over to Star Rail tier lists. I feel like it's going to be a good idea to jump back and forth between the games and go by topic. So, also, I don't know why A is moved.
A is the new B.
Somehow, some way.
A is...
But all
it
right.
really is hot as takes, where F becomes S. Oh, yeah.
Yes. All right. So we've got S tier, which is top of the line, no matter what. We have A tier, obviously, as being, you know, the best that you can do. Then you have, obviously, it's like okay, it's close to S. It's like really good, but it's not. There's one or two things wrong that you kind of see wrong with it, right? B is kind of like middle of the pack. it's like okay, it's pretty good. It's not A tier. It's kind of like maybe some of those old splash arts that didn't have crazy backgrounds and whatnot. And then C tier is kind of like okay, definitely could do better here. Probably where a lot of 4 stars might go into, because of just maybe not as much fun stuff going on compared to the 5 star splash arts. And then D tier is like, I wish they redid this, or yeah, that's just terrible.
I could do better.
Yes, yeah. I mean, give me 30 minutes in a free,
Yeah.
Canva thing, and I'll give you something better.
I'll
But
draw a splash art of my stick figure, and just like,
Albedo S tier all categories.
okay.
You're crazy.
I mean, this is the stream to do it, and
We
call it
look
a steak.
cool. Well,
So
I'm glad we look a little bit cool. I hope that hopefully, hold up, if I can show this correctly without doing anything, but I think it shows. But so I got a hoodie that has Devalin as a person.
oh yeah, that's so
So
cool.
I love this. I also love the little moon sigils I have on the side, little resin. Got little resin patches on my arms. It's awesome.
Little resin patches on your arm.
Yep.
Do you have to like pull from it occasionally? Get some condensed resin.
Dude, I wish if I could rip
Fragile,
off my if I could rip off my this thing on this patch on my shoulder and give myself resin, I would. If I just like had to tap it every time I wanted resin, I'd actually have built characters. No, I'm kidding. All right. All right. Well, splash
They're
arts
an F tier.
going
I
into
guess it's
everything.
just S to D, right? Nothing fancy.
Yeah, nothing's
Anime
we
sweater
can
repels all the women.
of course.
Hell yeah.
Oh yes. You know me. Well, we don't want to jump into Reddit because we don't know what in the world's gonna go on there.
Yeah.
But
Jump
Albedo
in, you'll
splash
never come
art.
out.
Here we go, guys. All right, so this is Albedo splash art. What are we thinking? Rift and Concordia. As you guys are looking at that splash art, let me know your thoughts on this one.
I'm going for S on this one because I really like the colors, the shapes, his pose, and plus the glow out of his hand that like spawns the huge like sigil. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a really cool effect.
By the way, let us know what you guys think in the chat too.
Yeah, give us a different.
Don't hold back.
Give us a tier.
I need some perspective here,
Yeah, give us tiers. What you think in the if you think S tier,
It's
A tier, B tier, C tier, or D tier.
It's actually pretty good. I hadn't seen it in a while. And probably because of the character, like we don't think about, at least I don't think about the splash arts alone. But
Mm-hmm.
like it's actually a pretty good one. It's at least an A tier, at the very least. It's probably top of A tier for me.
Okay. So
I want to give it more than that, but I don't really know if I'm gonna end up liking everything and just putting and like you know what I mean.
yeah.
For now, it's top of A tier for me.
Well, that's the thing. I think, yeah, for me, okay, so Concordia, what are you thinking? So we got A tier from Rift. Concordia, what are you
I've got
getting?
S. I've got S tier for me,
All right.
just for the reasons I described earlier.
All right.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, this probably might be a first hot take. I'm not a fan of it. It looks cool. Um,
Luke says between A and B, so
I think I'm
you can
gonna
do the
give it
variation.
a B, like a high B tier. So for me, it's a B. I think it's cool. I think it's interesting, but the
Uh-huh.
kind of the flowers in the background are nice. But I wish he did something different. I wish he had, I don't know, like the Regis Fine in the background or something that kind of dealt with story wise or something like that. Just something a little
Oh
bit more
yeah.
poppy for him as a 5 star character. So
Mm-hmm.
he just kind of looks like a
Are we
standard
Brooke,
here, in my
the
personal
splash
opinion.
art changed my life. S tier.
Are
Fair
we
enough.
doing like an average then? So since I'm S, Rift is A, and then you're B, are we just going to put Albedo in
I was about to say,
A
well,
then?
yeah, we can come to an agreement. I think it's the best way to do it. So we can give our thoughts and then we'll be like, okay, we'll put him here. So I think it's best to do an average,
Mhm.
but I don't know if it's, yeah,
Probably,
if we want to
yeah.
change it, if we're like kind of in between 2 letters, we can kind of choose, I guess, at that point. But all
Yeah,
right,
and
so
we can
then,
always come back and rearrange if we need to, I
right.
guess.
Yeah, all right. Next is Al Hatham. I don't
I'll
know why I keep
I'll Hytham.
Al
I'll Haytham. I'll
Hatham.
Hytham.
Awesome.
All Hotham.
All right. Having Dragon Spine on the background would make S tier. Yeah, kind
Yeah,
of like what Vixen was saying there.
yeah. It's just the little things that I think could be a little bit better. For instance, now we get to Alhatham's splash art. What is everybody thinking about Alhatham's splash art?
Again, high B at most.
I'll hate them splash
I'm a
art.
little bit. I feel like for his power and just everything he does, just him sort of like standing there with a bunch of mirrors around him is kind of like maybe that's accurate, but like it doesn't strike me like it doesn't remind me of like his gameplay power at all. I don't know. It's just sort of like basic.
Okay.
Um, for me, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Something about the I don't know what it is, but the background's really cool in and of itself. It's really, really cool. But something about I don't know. Something about the left and the right side feels like it's an instantly cut off. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It feels cropped or something.
Yeah. Then yeah, no, that's fair. I
But
think
it's really good. It's probably the A tier.
say that one more time. Discord lagged out for a second.
It's probably a solid A tier for me.
Okay. I think I'm bouncing between A and B. Similar reasons to why Albedo's where he is. I'm trying now to see on the totem pole where I would put his. Yeah, Alhaitham might be one of the best DPS in the game, and that's maybe not showing his splash art doesn't show that. But he's not an Archon. He's not anybody super important to the story. He's literally just, but he's an extremely strong character. But I think overall, his gameplay is like trapping you inside this mirror of just constant damage, and then also his mirror is constantly attacking you. And you've got the three mirrors that he can create for himself at the maximum. You've got the mirror field. It's just kind of like almost it feels like you can get like surrounded and locked in. It's like the House of Mirrors or something. Like you can't escape almost. Like it's no matter what you try
Yeah,
to make a
the
turn and
house
it makes
makes
it
all that.
worse. So for me, I think because of that, it reminds it. I kind of look into it a little bit of a deeper meaning. Whereas Albedo, it's just kind of like, oh yes, it's like okay, yeah, good damage. Okay, yeah, okay. It's like oh okay, damage burst thing. Okay, fair enough. Splash art. I feel like Alhatham's a little bit better, but I would put it in A tier. I think personally, I think it's a little bit. It's on par with Albedo's in my opinion.
So we'll go A tier then because two out of three of us say A.
Yeah. Um.
What do you say? I forgot what
I'm
you
s- I'm
said.
saying I'm saying B. I just think there's not
Oh,
as
okay,
much
okay. So
going
yeah,
on.
we'll place him behind Albedo then.
Yeah. So they will do that. All right. Now for the dreaded Aloy. All right. I'm gonna.
F tier.
What's an Aloy?
Don't even put that one on.
That's
No, we're not even gonna.
That's
We're
not
not
a
even gonna do
Genshin
this one.
character. What do you
We're not
mean?
even gonna do this one.
hold up.
Create a new tier and call it Aloy.
I was about to say let me create a new row. Can I even do that? Hold up. Let's see. Add a row below.
Oh, Truck-kun, you think it's good? B tier? Luke says S tier, and that's exactly what the stream is for. Hottest takes. uh, is there even a terrain? I don't even know what Aloy's looks like. Hold up. I
She's
will
got a
look it
little
up. I don't even
icy.
know what it looks
If you look on stream, she's got a little icy bridge of some sort with a little bit of rocks. I just think for
like. Okay,
everything,
it's kind of creative, I guess.
it is good to an
But
extent,
yeah, it's
but you'd
fine.
think with a splash art from another world, for instance, what we're gonna get in possibly Archer, because that was the voice actor, that we saw in Star Rail from Gamescom from Star Rail. That character, they need to make him a good splash art. And honestly, the collab, like Star Rail X Fate Stay Night, looked amazing. So that alone looks better than this. And also, there was no way to get her C6 from from what I believe, unless you bought 7 PS5s. And then there's no, I don't know, there's just no need to do any of this. It's just kind of like her, I don't know. This felt this was a very forced I don't know. I think a lot of people have a bad opinion of Aloy, which I think is sad because I think, it could mess with a lot of future collabs for Genshin specifically, not the other games, but for Genshin. But at the end of the day, I think I like it enough. I'm gonna personally put it in C tier. What do you guys think?
D tier, Aloy tier, whatever the lowest tier is.
Is it just because you're just mad that they did a collab? Because I know that's how you feel.
Yes, and I also don't think it's that great of a splash art.
I think it's
I mean, it's
creative enough.
okay. It's okay, but still D tier.
All right, Rift, give us the reason. Why should it not be in D tier? Or why should it be in D tier? Um, all right.
Let me guess. His computer disconnected.
Probably. So, yeah, because we don't see him on our end anymore. So Rift died.
Rift is dead. Um, so
So
it's just you and
yep, for
me.
right now. Well, until he comes back, we have Aloy in C tier. I guess we'll just keep going. We'll wait for him to come back, I guess. And then he can give us his feeling on it. What do you guys think in the chat? What is the average of what you guys are thinking? Are we thinking positive things? Are we
Here.
thinking negative things? Nope, he's back.
I am the big back. I don't know
Computer
what happened there.
computer died.
Yeah, well, it did something it's never done before. It just went blank. The screen just went blank. And no like blue screen of death or anything, but it just went blank. I'm like, okay, nothing's just.
Time for a new computer.
Rift is giving us the left the chat tier. Oh, that's rough.
Just making a statement. That's funny. Rift, what is your thoughts on Aloy's uh splash art?
Well, there he goes again.
Is he dying again?
Yep. All right. Well, we're just gonna keep
That's
going.
that's low key crazy. Yikes.
I am not a fan of collabs, but bias aside, it's a decent splash art for B tier. I think it's a good splash art. Honestly, comparatively to these two, it's a B tier. Like if you think about it, it's got the little depth charge, it's got a ring around her. Her bow looks really, really cool. You don't see a lot of swords in a lot of other people's gameplay. You see like Chevreus's weapon, but none of them have like a personal weapon they're using. So you get to see that. Plus, people brought up like the icy terrain that she's on. Honestly, I think it's a solid B actually if I keep looking at this. I'm trying to put bias aside. I do think it's a solid B tier. Um, but when we combine it with Concordia's D tier, it goes averaged out into C. So, yeah, the collabs were just a little bit rough, but hopefully in the future we'll get a better one. That is, if anything, they just focused for Genshin, it's on skins. I think the Genshin world doesn't do well with collabs for actual characters. I think skins for collabs could work, but not really the other stuff. Star Rail, we'll see how they fare in bringing a new character in. All right, Amber. What are we thinking about Amber? Got a little Baron Bunny.
Okay, for Amber, yeah, it's I don't know. Quit dragging it around, would you? Jeez.
My fault, my
Oh my
fault.
god. Like I'm trying to look at it and you're like dragging it
I
across
thought you
every
had them all
tier.
pulled up. My fault, my fault.
Oh,
I mean, it's not
I'm gonna go with
terrible.
C on this one.
Going D?
C.
Okay, C. I will say I think it's a C. I don't think it's terrible,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
but it's an old one. She's one of the first characters in the game. Never mind that were brought out. Obviously, she was around the first batch of characters in Genshin. It's an old one, So it's just take it or leave it. It's not like the worst thing that you could have, but it's. I honestly don't think any of these splash arts are going to be terrible, but that's just my. Well, I might be looking at one actually. Never mind. But all right.
Yeah, I can agree with C.
Okay. By the way, Rift, can you give us a quick tier list on Aloy before you get killed again?
It's Yeah, I mean, if we're being realistic, like you guys were saying, C is probably a good placement. It is a little bit basic in the, like the little cryo thing she throws out. I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of basic.
I was about to say, I think I put it on like a high B tier. So if you put it on C, we'll average it out to
I'm kind of a
C.
low C tier, and I actually like Amber's better, but
Okay, well then we'll put Amber above Aloy because I know that's the averaged out. So, all right. Well, then let's go ahead and look at the next one, Arlecchino. If you guys don't,
I
if you
mean,
guys,
Okay,
if you, okay, hold up, hold up.
okay,
I've been
sure.
letting both of you guys go first. Looking at the other two in A tier, if you guys give me anything besides even a low S, you guys are crazy. The moon in the background, the different spears, she's got the wing coming out, and the snapping motion is more than both of these two combined in A tier. Okay, so that she has to be an S.
Yeah,
But
we can do S on this one.
that's just me. So that's my, and that's not even bias. I'm like trying to think of like the splash art itself. This has to be, it just brings more than what we have in A tier, which we might have to move stuff around later. But all
mhm.
right, Rift, give us
I
a,
I like this for S. Yes,
okay.
I like the weapon sticking in the ground.
Luke, it's a D for me. All right, how do I
Arlecchino
ban
is
you from the
it's an S.
channel? No, I'm kidding.
It's an easy S.
Okay. All right. So we can okay, so we're gonna agree on that, and I'm gonna take my W and run with it before it goes away. All right. All right, Ayaka. Where we think I'm just placing her. I'm not putting her anywhere. I'm just placing her so that she's away from the others. Where are we gonna put
For
Ayaka?
Ayaka, it's kind of cool, but the more you look at it, the more basic it looks. So I'm gonna go like I don't know. I think I could go very low A for me.
Low A? Okay.
By the way, I did fix the video if you wanted to,
Okay, I'll bring you back up in the so people can see you.
and we'll just hope it stays. Because I don't know what to expect at this point.
As we do that, go ahead and tell us what
Ayaka. I mean, it's pretty good. Am I having a hot take here? I'm not like crazy
No,
about
I
it.
thought it was low A. So
yeah, no,
Okay.
I was gonna put it in high B. Um as like
Yeah,
but that's just
it's at
me.
best a low B for me. At
All right.
best.
Okay, so
so
averaged out, we'll
do
put her in
B
like
then,
middle
yeah.
to high B. Well, it's a low A to a low B with an averaged B, so we'll just keep it as an average B if
Yeah.
someone
Sorry,
breaks it.
guys.
All right. Now, I'm not putting, once again, I'm just pulling them into a blank spot. What do we think of Ayaka's skin idea here?
Well, you know I like the skin, but in terms of splash art, it's a bit wonky for me.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to match the skin, so it does match the skin. I'm just gonna go B again.
Okay.
I'm
B.
just gonna go like mid B.
All right.
For
Rift.
me, I like it better than the original. Um, enough to actually put it, maybe put it in a tier above. So probably low A
Okay.
or high B.
Okay. So Concordia, do you think that it's better or worse than her current skin for the
I
splash
think
art?
it's about the same. It's like
Okay.
about the same.
All right. I think it has a lot of elements to it, but I think it just pulls away from her skin in and of itself. Personally, for me, I think it's worse than her original skin. Um, I understand the idea of throwing all the extra elements in there, and I wish that the elements there would actually help rather than take away. I do like that she kind of
Mhm.
stands out from all the brown in the room. That was a very smart decision from whoever made the splash art, or the people who, in general, that made the splash art. But I think it's just there's just something a little bit off about it. I agree with Concordia there. I think I'm gonna put it below like a low B, lower than her personal splash
Yeah,
art.
they're kind of neck and neck. Truckkin was saying, I prefer the original, but the skin splash art is a little bit better. So like yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that's totally fair.
All right. Now Ayato. Where are we throwing Ayato?
Mm. You
I
guys,
think it's a high C for me. Nothing more, because I don't know. I mean, bro's just standing there with the sword over his head with like a little bit of like swooshy water in the background. Does not come across as I don't know, anything like spectacular in my opinion.
Right. Okay. Rift.
I guess this is a hot take. He's an S to me. I
Okay.
love that
That's
splash art.
definitely a hot take,
I put it at D
but
I
that's
tier.
what the
love
stream's
the
for. So
splash art.
I put it at D tier. And the reason why is because if you look at all the other 5-star, even 4-star characters, there's like depth to them. It doesn't just look like a PNG.
Right.
It
I
looks like
know
there's
it's a hot
depth to
take, but
them.
he does look
He
like a
looks like a
PNG.
cardboard cutout. Legitimately, there's no depth to his splash art at all. It looks like a cardboard cutout put in front of more cardboard of
Yeah.
swooshy water things like Strider, the strokes of like the water. Like it's just like why did you
Yeah, and
why
it's
what was the
not
point
better than
here?
Arlecchino, if that helps. Like it's kind of bottom of S tier, but it makes it, for me, it makes the
Yeah.
cut. But that I knew it was a hot take before I said it. So,
So okay, averaged out, where are
you
we
know,
going? Because I'm at D, Concordia's at C. I think you said a low C, and Rift is at an S tier. So this is a very interesting
you can put
average.
him at the bottom of B.
I feel like it's at I feel like it averages out to a high
Top of
C.
C.
I think
I
it's
see.
top of
Okay.
C.
Yeah.
Concordia, how do you feel about
Right.
that?
I feel like that's accurate. High C.
Okay. Well, all right. There's
I
Ayato.
agree with
What
this.
does everybody else think? Okay, same as Ayaka. We're getting some of that. Okay, he's talking about some
So
of the
the
skins.
background's better. So I guess Truckun, you probably place
I think the skin or
high
whatever.
B is what you're saying, or
I think they're talking about the skin still. But
oh, okay.
all right. All right, looking at Baiju. Baiju's next. What are we thinking about him? I put this high, but
Baiju's is really cool. I think A for this.
okay.
Like, not a high A or a low A, just like bro passed his classes with A's, I'll just say.
Yeah, it's another one of those where it looks like a PNG with the depth thing, but it's still really good. Like the art, I love it. It's definitely a high A for me.
There's a lot going on in the background here, and I really like the wispy, smoky, like snake. Like
Wispy smoke.
that's a pretty cool
Can I
that's a
just
pretty cool
can I
effect.
just
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I agree. Sorry, I'm laughing at something else. Can we just take a look at the chat for a second? Mitch,
Can we take a
Mitch,
look at the
I'm an
chat?
Ayato main, but his art is terrible. Rift is tweaking.
Yeah, I know.
Rift is tweaking.
All right. All right.
I just
Well,
love the water design. Okay, all right. I'll
hey,
go cry
hey,
in my corner. All right.
you get to love what you get to love.
I agree with the chat on this one, what they're saying about Baiju. It's really like,
Yes,
the more
me
I look
too.
at it, I think it is a high A for me.
I think it's a high A. I think like that's a
Yeah,
solid
and that's
place.
exactly where I think it is too. So I think
All right, is
that's the
everybody
most
in it? I was about
the
to
most
say,
agreeable splash art. You
there
know.
we go. That's agreeable. That's probably the only time we're gonna agree today. But all right.
Oh, boy. Well,
Um,
Arlecchino too. I guess we all said S.
that is true. Okay, yeah,
What
that's
does
true.
Concordia say?
Well, obviously because Arlecchino is S tier. But all right. Anyways, all right. So looking at Barbara, what are we thinking about Barbara?
D. That's
D tier.
literally just her.
No
There's nothing.
mercy.
All right. D
Oh my
tier. All right.
goodness.
Rift. What are we thinking?
Um, personally, I like it,
If you put S, I'm
but
gonna.
it's no, it's not. It's not S. But it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It's no better than low A tier. I'd probably stick it in high B tier for me.
Okay.
I was gonna say low A tier, bro.
All right. So you think it's
Yeah,
better than
now
Ayaka?
I'm gonna
So you put this splash art above both of Ayaka's splash arts.
put it in between them.
That
Okay.
put it between, bro.
Okay, so
That's
that's what
crazy.
no, that's
For me, for me.
that's what he thinks. Okay. Concordia said we're making a new tier. I'm putting this in the
No,
bottom
D
tier.
tier. D tier.
No,
Yeah.
I know. All right. So personally, for me, I also think it's a D tier. Looking at the difference between her and Amber, if we could have done something different, I don't know, throw the Mondstadt Chapel thing or whatever in the background, or I don't know. I like the idea of like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
notes and
you're right.
everything and the skill and because she's a singer, that's the whole idea. But if we could have had a little bit more of the cathedral idea in the background, I think that would have made this that would have made that a bearable and good skin.
We could
Um,
have Robinified it.
bruh.
Get this man out. All right,
Before
I'll
we
wait for
jump
my
into the
computer
next
to
one,
reload.
all right, what do we think about Barbara splash art? The second, so her skin. What do you think about her skin splash art? Got a little slime, I think some rubber duckies, a little board of some
Definitely
sort,
better
some waves. This
because
was from the first
the first
Apple
summer event, right?
Archipelago, so Golden Apple Archipelago.
This is high B for me. A lot better.
It's a pretty good, yeah, it's a pretty good art.
All
It's
right,
a lot. And after you had brought up Amber, because it's the only other 4-star at the time on the list, I was like, okay, yeah, no, because I do like Amber's more than Barbara's basic skin, so I just kind of wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, her summer event flash art is a whole lot better, so I can agree with the high B.
get this man out. Wait, what are we talking about? Are we talking about?
Probably me with the Ayato and the Barbara thing
Oh, okay.
initially, but yeah.
Well,
I think I was just like too. I just really appreciate the little music ring around her.
yeah, I think that's the thing they want you to focus on, which is good, but I think
Right, right.
everything else
You
to
gotta
it
look
is
at
just
everything.
like
It's very basic.
random
The detail
PNGs
is
of
very
stars that
low.
in different colors they just spun around, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what to do with it, right? It just
yeah, there we go. It's close enough. All right, okay, so Barbara, I think it's a solid B. I don't know where I would put it in B. So okay, we've got Concordia on a high B, and then so where are you putting it, Rift? High B as well. A, C.
I high B for the summer event. Yeah,
All right, then there we go.
it's a
So
lot better.
all right, now Beto. Where are we putting Beto?
Mm, that D. Yeah, high D.
D tier. Okay.
I can agree with that. It's kind of disappointing to me. I
Yes.
wish there was more going on, kind of a thing. There's
We
nothing
could have
about
had
the
her
ocean or the
standing on.
crux. It's
Yeah,
literally
we could
just
have had her
her
standing
bolts.
on her ship, or her hair's blowing in the wind that
Yeah, they could have done
is
a
coming
lot
off
more
the
with it.
sea. Like we could have done.
And it's not even like you don't have to be creative,
Exactly.
like you're saying, Concordia. Yeah, so that's no better than D for me. D for disappointing. Yeah.
D.
All right.
Yes. Fair enough. Yeah. I would agree. I think it's just could have done better. Should have done better. Is what it is, I guess, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Bennett. Where are we putting Bennett? I'm gonna go on a hot take here. His is just as bad as these other three. His splash art.
Bennett is double S tier because he's Bennett. No, I'm kidding. Just C for me.
See, okay. Where are you
I
putting that
like
in the
it.
ranking? In C tier. Where would you put that?
Oh, where am I gonna put it? In C tier, low C.
Okay. So
And
Rift.
I'm kind of following suit. I like it more than Beto's,
Okay.
and it's enough to put him in low C for me.
Okay. So I
Because I
guess
actually like it more. Actually, I like it more than Aloy, but I don't think I like it more than. It's pretty for me. So for me, it's mid C.
okay. I'm putting this at like I think it's worse than even Barbara's. It's just a little fire wheel. I don't even know what's on top of his head, and he's stepping on ground. That's it.
Hey, he should be counting his blessings that he has footing on ground and not.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I mean?
I totally get that, but for splash, yeah, that's fair. But for splash arts, it's
Uh,
just
yeah.
I put this even below Barbara's. It's just the attention to detail on Barbara's. Once again, music notes. It's better. The little ring in Beto's is pretty cool, although it is pretty rough. But I just put this low
Yeah.
D. So low C or high D at this point because I'm way down here, and you guys are up here. So are we thinking averaging out at low C
Yeah,
or
you can
averaging
put
out
them
to
in
high
plain
D?
D. I guess that's okay.
Which one?
What did you say, Rift?
It's pretty much middle ground C, probably between Amber and Aloy. Because
So
I
I
like it
guess we'll
more than
do
Aloy, for
C
sure.
then. So I guess because two of us have C's and then one D. So
Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Looking at the next one, Candace. Where are we putting
Candace.
Candace?
I actually really like Candace's.
That's because you like Candace. Candace,
That has nothing to do with the playable character.
Nah, fam.
D.
Like
That's
Rift
from
is
it.
way
her
too
from
optimistic.
3.0, it was really I like Candace's splash art.
Uh,
Just C for me.
Dude, I don't know
About the
what
same.
I don't know what you did, Riff, but you're catching strays in the chat all day long.
Hey, that's
Uh,
okay.
top of D is that for Candace, I guess. So where did you guys say?
I'm saying C.
Okay.
Um, I'll be a little bit more realistic though with this. I really like it, but to point out some things that could be better, when you look at the background, it's just a ring of water, basically. They could have done more with that. Because she's a desert character, I feel like they could have done something like Aru Village or just desert, but it would kind of feel like it's taking away. Maybe an oasis to kind of, water in the midst of the desert. She's the protector of Aru. I feel like there could have been more creativity with it than just the circle of water to show, oh yeah, she's hydro. So aside from just really liking the splash art, and maybe that's just more or less to show that I just like the character design, but when looking at the splash art, they could have done more with the background. So it's probably for me I mean, where you have it right now in C tier is probably the most realistic place.
Okay. I think it shows her, skill very well. People in the chat, was it Truckhoon made an essay like sentence here. B tier, the effects are really good, the pose is dynamic and shows well the character's appeal. I gotta go turn that in as a paper. But no, I think I do agree. I think the stance that she has is pretty cool. Once again, like you said, it's kind of showing almost a shield up front to be the protector of our village. Once again, it definitely is lackluster in a lot of other things. Personally, I would actually put it almost at the top of C, around Ayato. That's where I slotted in. And
And the funny thing is, I'd be okay with it because I really do personally like it. And if we want to just have subjective, then yeah, I'm fine putting it even higher.
so wait,
I just feel like I
Just
Concordia,
had
gonna
you
more
do
said
the
low
middle
real
C?
C
stuff.
then.
All right, middle
Yeah,
C.
low C. So I guess we'll just do middle C.
Middle C it is. All right. Charlotte. Where's
Oh, this
Charlotte
one
going
hurts
here?
because this one could have been a lot better. Um, Let me think.
I like it a lot. I like how they have the little, the thumbs up, the camera symbol for Veritas, and like the little message, and then the whole background's like the frame of a picture.
I
So I
think
think they
we
were
can
trying to be
do.
creative with it. So I like that. I think it's good, but that's me.
So what do you rate it then?
It's not better than Ayato. I'd put it probably above Amber.
I'm gonna do low B on this one. I think it's not great, but I like her pose. I like the background effects, like the little like the chat symbol and then the camera symbol and then the like symbol, as well as the shape of the frame of the camera. So I think they put a lot of nice effects in the background,
Mhm.
combined with the pose is pretty good. Also the colors are nice, kind of like a contrast. So I think it's like a low B for me. It's a 4-star splash art, so it's not like anything spectacular. But I think for the limited amount of elements that they did have, I think they put it to good use. So I'm gonna go like middle to low B on this. I think
Charlotte
it's better than some of the other ones we've done.
Charlotte
For me, it's
Zoomer
probably the
coded. What in
same.
the world?
Probably low B. Because if I'm being honest, I actually like it. I like it better than both Ayakas, and it's pretty close to on par with the summer event Barbara. I said not higher than Ayato, but that's because for me, Ayato is S tier. So when I'm looking at the tier list, I'm like, okay, well, you know. So I think I would put it B as well, just in general.
Bro's changing his opinions to
Well,
match mine as
no,
we speak.
well, no, because head Ayato is in S tier. That's what I
That
meant to
well,
say,
yeah.
like
That,
earlier. But
I mean that's fair.
I think she's the bottom of B. She's the best 4-star original splash art we've had to date, and that's just because she came from Fontaine. So they're putting a lot more time and effort into the 4-star splash arts. So I think it just goes bottom of B for me.
we just
So
did bottom B.
all
Then
right.
yeah.
All right. So Shevers, another I think one of the better splash arts we've gotten from 4 stars. I like the idea. Way more could have come out of this splash art though. Way, way more. Um little bombs coming out of the explosion are cool. The explosion itself is cool, but that's it. Like there's nothing that, like, once again, I don't know if it's Charlotte level. I think it's a good splash art. I don't think it's at her level though, my opinion.
It's high
Yeah.
C for me because I think it matches her very well. But what we could have had is we could have had Chevers standing there with like the cool guys don't look at explosions thing with just a bunch of explosions in her background, and we didn't get that. So therefore, I'm kind of disappointed. So high C for me. Um, Probably on par with Ayato. Maybe just underneath Ayato. That's all for me.
All right.
I say top of C, no better.
All right. I think I'm going to put her right behind Ayato as well, so we'll slot her right in there. All right.
Nice.
Child or Tartaglia, whichever way you're going to run him. What are we thinking about his splash art?
That's an S. I'm sorry, that is definitely an S. I mean, bro literally is riding the wave. Like my gosh, like that is that is just cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be S for me.
All right. Rich, what are we
Uh,
thinking?
I do like that detail of like he's riding the Riptide, I guess. It kind of reminds me even of his kit, which that's to note, I guess. But the spear he's holding, yeah, I can see. Yeah, I appreciate the S tier. Um, yeah, he's well, it's hard. It's like I want to put him in both top A, low S. It's right on that fine line. If he is top of A, it's in like absolute top.
I was about to say, I think I'm going to
Then
throw
I
him
also have
top
to
of
think
A.
about I'll hate them in Albedo, like these others that I previously had thought about. Because and then we agreed pretty all three on Baiju at the top of A. And is it better than Baiju's? I guess. And I guess it might have a slight edge for me.
I do like Child's a little bit more than Baiju's.
So
Yeah.
top of A then. I guess all of us are yeah.
I'm still gonna say S. I'm gonna say S, but behind Arlecchino.
Okay.
We'll just keep him at the very top of A then, I guess, right?
I was about to say, I think the top of A works. I'm not sure he
Another good
quite
Fontaine and
marks
very
the S
similar
tier
thing.
yet. Definitely better than the ones we've seen in A, but I'm not sure as of yet where he fits, if he can fit in S tier. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Chiori.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna go with S on this one.
All right.
I really like the pose, the expression, the fabric flowing around her is great. I think it uses all the elements very well. Love the color palette. Um, Definitely one of my personal favorites. So S for me.
Okay.
Probably like I probably even like it. I mean, it's pretty much the same as Child's for me. So I'm gonna say S, but behind Arlecchino.
I thought you said F at first, so I was really concerned.
No,
Yeah, no, S. Okay, I agree. For me, and I thought it was going to be a hot take inbound because I didn't know where you guys would go, but that makes me feel better because for me, she's an S. And I know that could be subjective, but like, oh, I love it.
All right, well, I guess I have the hot take here. Bottom of B. This
I mean, you're not going to high B.
there's I mean, no, low B, sorry. Low B. I think it's worse than what we see in all the other ones in B. It's just fabric flowing. I mean, once again, look at what you have in Child, look at what you have in Baiju. They have really cool looking backgrounds. All they did here was it's similar to Ayaka's, some cryo swirls. That's it. It's the same thing with Ayato. They just threw his little water flowers and sprinkled it in there. It's the same thing with her. It's just her burst using some cool looking stuff. I really just don't think it did. I just don't think it did her well. I don't know. We don't even see her little skill things that come out. The little dudes that come out, and like what happened to those? The little dolls that she creates, the little summons.
Yeah,
Like that's a big part of her kit for a lot of people. So I feel like you're missing a very key element to her gameplay. So it just, and honestly, that even brings it almost lower for me. So I'm at the bottom bin of B for me.
I think that means we should put her no lower than middle of A.
Yeah.
You got one in low. You've got one person saying low B, two people saying low S. Well, I S in general. So yeah, if there or no lower.
Yeah. I think it's on like, I guess yeah, averaged out, it makes sense to on par it with Albedo. But for me, it's just
Funny coincidence.
you don't have a
Yeah.
detrimental part of her kit, which is those little
Uh-huh.
summons, and that really takes away from what could have been.
I mean, it's a fair point.
They don't even have like a little rack of like boutique clothing. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole
Right.
point of her as well.
Yeah.
Look at all the other characters. You know, the Bell Moon Moon Rising with Arlecchino, the little mountains and the little mist that you see in Baiju. It's like you just the extra little details are just missing in hers. So, all right, Chloron.
I mean, you're not the only one, by the way. Like the other people thinks that's too high. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh yes.
But with Chloron, I don't know. What do you guys think?
But it's better than any of them.
I'm gonna go A for this one. I think it's on par with I'll Hate Them.
Okay. I think it's an S tier.
Okay. I'm glad you said that because it's an S tier for me.
I think it does.
There's a lot of detail going on in all of those different gunshots, the slashes. There's a lot of those. Yeah, there's just a lot of detail from when I look at it, and I really just like it.
Yeah. I think, one second, let's get a closer look at this one. If I can type correct.
Closer inspection.
I mean, hold up, let's grab, whatever.
Of course, I look up Chlorian splash art, and one of the things I get is the stupid Chlorian Risley where they like put them together.
Oh, they're like hugging. Yeah, I see that actually here. But yeah, here's this splash art just looks well. I think it's a low S or a top of A. It's one of the two for me. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I can see I think it's definitely a high A for me.
Okay.
Someone else in chat, top of A.
I don't know about S.
Maybe S.
Okay.
So a lot of people seem to think top of A, which yeah, I can live with that.
Love the shades of purple and the broken glass effect. Yeah, that is true. Because the little glass effect, also whenever she like dashes through or makes the shots, it just looks. I think those little elements, right? Once again, we see that in hers, and it makes sense. Like the little things that you can't even see necessarily when you're doing Chloron, but when you put it into a splash art, they throw those little extra details in, and that's just once again why I think some of these other characters they could have done a little bit more to make the detail a little bit better, and it just fell short. All right, so top of A. All right, Chongyun. Where we throwing Chongyun? Got little swords in the background, cryosphere.
Bottom C.
Bottom of C. Oof. Okay. Rift, you feeling a hot take? Is that why you're groaning over there?
Um, no, actually, no. Uh, I can actually agree with bottom of C.
Okay. Personally, for me, I put him right behind Shevers. I think those
Okay.
swords do better, possibly even better than what we see
Yeah,
in
that's true.
Shevers.
I do. Yeah, if we're comparing, yeah, which we are, duh. But yeah, the
Yeah,
swords
let's
impact
go with
are
that.
nice.
Let's go with that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I just think Amber. Honestly, looking at the other
Yeah.
characters now, it's almost like, I mean, we can't change them now, but it's all, this is the problem with going through it. This is all alphabetical order. Honestly, we should have done in in release order,
Release
but
order.
I feel like yeah, but it is what it
Can be
is.
so. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
If we switch things around afterwards, we can, and then we'll make our
'Cause some of it is like
perfection.
there's no reasoning for it. It's like you just like it because it is kind of a subjective tier. Like we're not trying to. Well, I mean, we are trying to like give design reasons
Yeah,
as if
yeah,
I know what I'm talking about with design because I don't. But like for me, it was Ayato, and everyone's like, "What are you, bro? What are you smoking?" I just like Ayato, okay?
exactly, yeah. But
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, Kale. What are we thinking on
By the
Kale?
way, Rohit, welcome to the chat. For Kale, high C for me. I think it's on par with Chevres. I think I like it more than Chongyun.
All right,
But literally where we put Chongyun, probably I would put Kale there.
all right,
So
Okay.
right between Chongyun and Chevres
all right. So that's where he
for
So
slots
me.
it.
a lot of the things we had been talking about with the splash arts is they could do this, they could do that. They, like for Chiori, the tomato could be in there, and for some other characters, they could have this in there. So with Kale, it's the standard like she's already pretty high for me because they have the Kulan Almbar actually beside her and in the background. Like that immediately for me, it's just good design to me, and it's a pretty good one. Like for me, I probably throw her top of B.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay, maybe middle of B.
I was about to say I don't know if she ekes out anything over Charlotte, and
I don't
I
know
feel
if
like
she does either.
I think she's
Definitely not as good as Charlotte.
no,
But Charlotte, we also averaged out. I had Charlotte originally higher.
yeah.
It's hard to remember.
Well,
But yeah, you're right. I do like Charlotte's better.
yeah. So, but I think
It's also weird to look at it for me because I like Charlotte's better than both Ayakas. So I'm like,
I put Charlotte like down here, like near Aloy and Candace.
hmm
It's just a little basic. Yes, it has a little extra things, but you have to have both, right? So you need to have
She's
Chiori's
better than Candace.
coolness in like the coolness of the splash art, but you also have to have what Chiori's missing, which are the key elements to her kit. Look at Claron's full package, right? You've got the little bits of detail of the glass being broken, the shots being fired, but you've also got, her the zigzag that's happening in her burst. You have once again the normal attacks and the dashes. That last dash actually is a part of her tap skill while she's in her state. It's just those little things that they used everything. Kale, it's just like, okay, yes, they used a little bit. They used parts of it from the burst, but I think it just misses a little bit. So if we average out, what does that put them around Chongyun? Do we put them ahead or below?
Yeah,
I
ahead.
for a head.
Okay. Sino. Let's look at Sino. I got to get a close up of this one.
This one was a little disappointing to me, because I felt we could have done more with the Anubis, but we just kind of got like the big hand, like the claw.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't really get like an
Ah,
imposing, intimidating Anubis in the background. So I'm gonna just say B for me.
All
It's
right.
definitely not as cool as his like burst or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I like the ground detail of how like the ground's crumbling beneath him from his like raw power, I guess. But I can't agree with Concordia on. I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to see more in the background with the Anubis statues or like just the mausoleum, like the just the environment of the underground of the desert areas. It really kind of like that kind of ruin, or I don't really know what I'm trying to look for in the words here, but as far as placement, um, you said B tier, which is very fair. I think mine's in B tier as well, pretty high, but it's probably like on par with the Barber's summer event. But the other thing I didn't like though is I feel like in the character himself does not like crazy detail going on. I mean, there's detail, but maybe that's just me.
No.
There's so much like lightning and purple that actually doesn't relate to like lightning bolts or the Anubis that he can summon.
Yeah, so I think if I was gonna say anything about it, like you guys said, I think kind of like how Fireflies looks, where kind of Firefly or Sam is over Firefly. I think when similar to here, I would like to have seen like a huge Anubis head behind him, kind of looking down on him. You know, I feel like that would have been really cool with some of, I don't know, some pillars or whatever from the mausoleum, like Rift was talking about. So definitely some extra things that could have happened here. We also don't have the huge eye that you see in his burst whenever you're doing
Right.
the skills
Right.
consistently. So yeah, definitely lackluster in terms of what was actually brought here. I think he's somewhere in B. I'm not really sure where I would slot him, but he's somewhere here.
Top of B for me. Concordia, what do you think?
Middle B.
All right, so we'll slap him right
Um,
behind Barbara then.
right, the middle of the middle top. Yeah, okay. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
All right,
that's a good placement.
Dia splash art.
I think it's pretty
I'm gonna
good.
do this. I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Sino. I think it's. I don't know. It's about as cool as Sino's.
Yeah, upon
Okay,
second
yeah.
look, I'm actually my brain had something more spectacular because I know like she has a lot of the fire coming out of the ground around her foot, and like it kind of reminds me of like how her skill works. She's really placing that thing there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I go and look up the art, and then it's just not as I don't know. It's not as detailed as like my brain remembers that.
It's basically like this splash art feels
It's a
like it
low
was
B
made
for me.
like the dev, um, like the artist asked like the dev um, so how much fire do you want? And the dev was like yes, and so there's just literally just nothing but like fire. There's
Yeah,
just like fire behind you, fire on the ground, fire like fire. They're
fire,
like okay,
fire, fire.
okay, I get it, I get it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
kind of
You're a
like what
pyro.
Truckman said. The pose is weird, but the effects are cool.
yes.
So it's a low B for me personally.
I think it looks cool. It looks like she was just slapped onto the picture. Like I know this is two different backgrounds. Like this is just Dia slapped onto a background they made. And so that brings it a little bit rough for me. But there's not much else in her kit that you could really do besides making her fists more fiery, I guess.
Could put Junior Zod in the background, cowering, and she's like protecting her with her.
All right, that is a hot take.
I know, I know.
I
That's why I'm laughing. It's because I'm like, no, not really. But
I would have at least used the shape of her skill in this, where she summons the fire aura.
Well, I think that's what the bottom of the burst, that's what the bottom of the splash art is. Because she's summoning
uh-huh.
that when she's pressing her foot down. It's the same thing at the end of her burst where she slams into the ground with her foot. She's creating
Mm.
that aura. So that's what that is. But I think, yeah, similar to Sino, I think it's
She's
on par with Sino. I think it's a little bit either better, in my personal opinion, but from what it sounds like, you guys are putting it a little bit worse.
Yeah, Trucken said I can't really see what the art is trying to convey. Is she punching, jumping? And I'm like, I think she's trying to get points for style while placing her skill, is what I see.
Yes. Once again, it just looks like two separate pictures, and it's just Dia slapped on top of the background.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. Now, regular D Luke. Got a little
Oh
phoenix
gosh,
bird.
regular D Luke. Regular D Luke.
Low C. I'm gonna start getting more direct with my rate and not have to feel like I'm explaining. I'm low C.
I'm just gonna do high B on this. High B.
Yeah, I put him
I don't
middle of
know.
the
Low
pack.
C. I don't know. I could do either low C or high B. Probably high B for me.
Wait. So you would have him either in front of Barbara or
That's what I'm saying.
under
That's a big range.
Bennett? That's a big range. um, I think middle.
Oh, sorry. Low B, low B, high C.
Okay. All right.
It was true.
Yeah.
For a 1.0, it was pretty good.
I was about to say, I think for its beginning where it was at, it did pretty well. Um, I think middle of the pack B. I think it's on par actually with Sino and Dia. I think it's better than what we see in Ayaka, in my personal opinion. But
Yeah,
A
you could
little
put
bit
her.
of a better use of the elements. Yeah, I can agree.
so,
Yeah, you could put him right in the middle. B. Yeah.
all right. Now, this is my take.
Okay. Yep.
This
Nope. And
is,
it's not hot.
in my personal opinion,
Well, he's hot, but
the best skin in the game. But never mind
It
that.
is
I'm
The
a good one.
ground they actually made around him, it's just like shattering at like, I don't know.
Mhm.
And it's like the idea of it is just like everything's going on. He's got the flames. He's got a wolf's gravestone in his hand, goaded, and he's got like, and the fire has way more detail than any other fire that we're seeing in the game right now. Besides characters like Hu Tao or something in the future, we'll look at.
I think we could do S tier for this one.
Mhm.
But it just feels weird to say that's S relative to Clarond and Baiju and
I don't think
Child.
that's weird.
So I think at
Better
the
in my
end of the day, I'm gonna do very top of A, right next to Clarond.
Okay. I think the thing that I would honestly put Clorond in S, but I think we agreed to top of A. I think the more I look at Clorond, the more I just think she's an S tier. But in general, I mean, we can move this up. Do we want to move Clorond up?
I thought she was S tier, but I think it was Concordia placed her a lot lower. Like, what was it? Bottom of A or something?
Because I think,
Yeah,
yeah, you saw it worse than the others. That's why it's top of A.
So we just
Because
went
me and you
top,
were in
right?
S and we just went top of A.
I still think Clarond is good at top of A.
The thing is I think because of the average, because if you're gonna put him up of top of A and me and Rift are up at I don't think he's a better than what we see in
It's like right
Arduino,
behind our.
but it's pretty close.
I
Okay,
don't
so
think it's gonna be enough
let's do D
top
Luke.
there.
Let's do D Luke at the very bottom of S then.
Well, we have him at the very top, so yeah, it's just S right now. We'll look at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah. So
characters in
I
S
think
later.
I think low S for me.
Okay. All right, so we'll figure out kind of other characters in S tier later, but um yeah, I think yeah, there is no shot that it's, worse than what we see in Child and Baiju. Child I think is better than Baiju for sure, but Baiju just looks like he was slapped in front of a cool background. Background's still cool enough to keep him in A, but let's just say that's doing the heavy work for him. But yeah. All right, Diona. We'll get quicker with this because
D.
we got a lot to get through.
Yeah.
D.
Let's just do D. Yeah.
I'm thinking D
C.
as well. Okay. So where in C, Rift? So is top of D fair or low C? How high are you putting her?
It's for me. It's probably around the same area of Chevres Kale, Changyun.
Okay. Let's throw.
I just like the detail with the cryo effects around her.
All right. Yeah, I'm top of
And she
D.
is
So
having like a cat-like pose. It's kind of with her character, but it's no higher than that. I feel like that may be generous. So low C, I
So if
think, is
we've got
a good place to put her.
yeah, I
if we've got
think bottom
two
of C is a
Ds in
better
a
idea. Actually, I think bottom of C is a better choice for me
okay.
because of
It's better than Aloy.
the little shaker that's kind of going on here. I don't know if it's better than Aloy, honestly. I think
Oh, really? You like Aloy? Okay.
Aloy got kind of destroyed on this tier list because it's a good splash art. She's just a terrible character, and it was a bad collab.
That's fair.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's just what a lot of people are gonna tend to go to. So it just kind of got destroyed. All right, Dory.
I'm gonna do middle pack of C.
Okay.
Maybe right there, yeah.
Okay.
I see.
All right. I'm about to say I'm middle pack around here, so we can, I guess, slap her in between Chongyun and.
I think
Yeah,
that's
right
fair.
there works. Right there works. Yeah.
All right. Emily. This has to be somewhere in
Emily,
A, in my personal opinion.
that yes, that is. I think it's bottom of A. As much as I like Emily, and like I'm one of the few
Ooh.
people who pulled Emily, I'm gonna put that behind. Maybe I'm gonna say better than Alhaitham, but I like Albedo's more. So low A for me.
Before Rift, you give your opinion. Remember that I heard the ooh. Just remember, if you really take a close look at the splash art, it's just a wheel with a bunch of flower elements slapped on.
And Emily's virtually doing nothing in the middle.
Yes. I like that it has a little the thing of that is based all around her kit. I love the little thing in her hand, but beyond her herself, her background's a little. It's definitely better than what could have been. People, I mean, there could be nothing in the background. It could just be a dendro aura behind her. So I did like what they did. I think it's a middle of B in my personal opinion. A middle of A, sorry, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely an A for me either way.
I know it's subjective. It's a low S for me.
Okay. So then can we?
I guess you can do
I
middle.
just simply like it.
Okay.
You can do middle A.
So yeah, just yeah.
All right, Eula. I think I'm slapping this in the middle of B here. It's on par
Yeah.
with what we see in
Let's
Ayaka.
just go with that and call it a day.
Okay. So we're about honestly, a lot of these look very similar. All right.
Yeah.
Farzan. I really like hers. It looks kind of cool. It's just enough to keep you guessing. I think it's somewhere around middle to higher C. What are we thinking for you guys?
Yeah, let's do right around Chevrolet.
I like for me, she's getting close to she's probably a low B for me, but no higher.
Okay.
Almost Archon.
What is this?
Celestia with an S.
I guess we just I'm just trying to make this a little bit
More descriptive, yeah.
yeah. All right. Just I mean, once again, these are still S, A, B, C, and D, but all right. Anyways, official, regular official. We'll do skins after the after.
Regular official has got to be top D, very low C.
Okay. Rift, what are
I
you giving
think
it?
the as much as she's actually doing a cool pose, I think the pose is actually not that cool. It's more like cringe.
Yep. I think on par with Diona, in my opinion.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit
I guess
better.
mine is kind of a more of a hot take, but she's at least low B for me.
Okay. So averaged out near Candace, I guess, is a good.
Yeah.
Okay. Official skin.
Official skin.
I have this low B in my opinion, or high C. I don't even
I'm
like
gonna
her.
put this right around Dory for me, middle C.
Okay.
I don't even like her.
Yeah, it's like I don't even
Sorry.
like Fischl normally. Like I don't even like her personality, but this splash art kind of goes hard.
Hard actually. She's on a staircase, so she's on you see the purple carpet on the staircase, like she's in her kind of kingdom, and even in the background has her the Immer Nachtreich. It's
The
a
Immer
pretty
Nachtreich.
solid splash art. Like aside from anything, it's good art. I think they think they did a good job, and it's kind of simple. It's not over the top.
My goodness,
Like for
dude,
a
I can't
4-star,
spell.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good. So for me, that probably puts her at low A.
Yeah, I mean,
The skin's just
once
the
you get
art
a
for the skin is
good
really
close up, that background is basically what we've wanted in a lot of the 5 stars backgrounds. Now, I don't think she
hit.
gets there, but for instance, the wall with the different characters, Sumeru, we wanted, something good in the background. Fischl got that, and well, her skin got that. So, all right. So, yeah, I'm bottom of B, top of C. Where are we gonna average this out?
Where are you again,
Let's
Concordia?
middle C.
Middle C. So we have a middle C, top C, low B-ish, and a bottom A. So that probably averages it out to
Like,
very close to bottom B.
yeah, around Ayaka's skin is probably a good place. Are we thinking it's better or worse? Just so I can place this correctly.
I like
Let's
it
do worse.
better,
Okay,
but
I like it
yeah, okay,
better.
that complicates
I
things.
was I say I would average it out. Yeah, I think it's better. I think it will we'll
Yeah,
jump a
we'll
little
just
bit.
move on.
Uh,
It's kind of neck and neck.
Fremine.
Just yeah, let's. I don't. I mean, that's a
This was
D.
a disappointment. This was just a
This was
disappointment.
totally a disappointment.
He could have. There was so much they could have done here. I'm just disappointed in this. Here comes
Yeah,
referee
this
with
was a
my
Hair,
pick.
disappointment.
hair is there. No rhyming intended.
Yes, but they just slapped a PNG of him on there. That's it. That's just like it's like the Beto's burst. It's like, okay, you did Beto's burst. All right.
And I don't know. I think the effect of that whole cryo uppercut wheel, the wheel going around from like the right side to all the way around to the left, there's a lot of detail in it. Is this a hot take? Like, it's you're right about him. Like he looks like a PNG slapped on it, so that does take away a lot. But
The
the pair and the
pose.
thing going all the way around is a really good for the background at least. He's the problem. It's Fremine is the problem here.
I also
The
So
pose is weird, and
the
then they
penguin's
just
just in a weird
drew a
placement.
wheel around it.
That I understand. That is fair. The uppercut is better than probably what we've seen in some other 4 stars. The penguin just got slapped down there, and so did he. So yeah, I mean, all right. If we average this out, what does that
my
put him?
placement, well, my placement is probably top of B.
Do you think he's
I
better
know
than
my
what you
place.
see in Sino, Dia, Diluc, and Eula, and Fischl skin and all this?
No,
Well, I place those characters a little like Sino and Fischl get a little higher on my personal list, but yes, all the others, yeah,
So no. But once
better
again,
than Eula, Tia.
okay. But so that's middle of C because do you put Fremine like ahead of Sino, Fischl, and whatever that were at the top of B
It's
here?
gonna get averaged out below that anyways. It's probably gonna be averaged out to very close to where you have it, maybe a little higher, but kind of with all those other 4 stars there.
All right, so that's about averaged out
The
then because
design and
I'm like,
the art itself, the background art to me is pretty good.
yeah, I just feel like it's just only that wheel,
Like
but
seeing Amber and Chongyun above that kind of, I don't know.
once again, those were averaged out. So because once again, you're averaging out those once again. Usually, me and Concordia are down
Right,
here, and
right.
you're pulling us up on a lot of them. That's probably why. Um, all right, Farina.
S tier.
I think it's a low
It's
S,
got to
high
be S.
A.
It's got to be above D Luke. I think it's literally on par with Arlecchino's. It's right there. I think it's like the antithesis. It's like it's right with Arlecchino's for
It's
me.
very difficult
I could
actually between the D Luke.
I could do above or below Arlecchino, but above D Luke for me.
Okay.
I need to look at it again in close detail. Oh,
I mean, there's so much detail. There is so much going on there. I mean, the pose is great. The water, the city in the background, all of her minions that she spawns, like kind of like you were mentioning, Vixen, with
good.
how they missed that with Chiori.
Yeah, that's why I think it's S tier, but I also put Chiori down. Like I would put her on like top of B, so she got averaged out a little bit higher than I would have placed her. Um, I just I don't think that I don't see her definitely. She's not better than what we got in Arlecchino. I think it's on par with what we have in Diluc. I just maybe it's because I think Diluc came back with a vengeance with his previous skin, so that's probably why I throw him pretty high. I still think she's S tier, no matter what, but I'm just not sure where I place her in front or behind Diluc.
Okay,
I think Farina wins because there's just more elements there.
okay,
I think D
here's
Luke
my brain
perfect.
again, and you're gonna hate me for this, Vixen. You're gonna hate me. I actually like Farina's splash art more than Arlecchino's.
I don't hate you for that. That's just a personal opinion. But yeah, no, I
A
mean, once
personal
again,
opinion? How dare you? I hate you.
yeah, like, oh my, I'm gonna throw an axe at your face. How dare? All right, Gotcha interacts done. Rift likes Farina splash art more than Vixen. Oh no.
This is how it ends.
That's what I'm saying though. Like Truckun, the background alone has more detail than most splash art. Like
Yeah, for me it's a low S. For you
there's
guys, it's
so
a
much
high
detail
S.
in
I
it.
think we
Holy
average it
cow.
out, but
Put it above
between them.
D-Luke, not above Arlecchino.
Yeah, I think it averages out.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I think. Yeah, I think once again we don't have as many in S, so as time goes on, I'm gonna see more in S tier, and I'll kind of be able to figure it out. For me, I think Coloron's up here as well, but I think as I'm seeing the things in S, Farina has to make sense. All right, Gaming, my personal opinion, one of the best 4-star splash arts. One of the best.
I think Gaming can go around Charlotte. Yeah. I think
I think it's better than Ayato in my
I
opinion.
think a low B for sure. Definitely better than Ayato.
All right, so low B,
Top of A.
top of A. Okay.
But
All right. So if it's okay, wait. So you think that's on level with like Child then? Because I believe you put Child there. So you think it's better than
I
Child or
think Child
worse?
S tier.
Okay. Well, wait. Then that means
I'm looking at these splash arts before I'm even looking at the tier list because I know the tier list is just kind of the conglomeration.
yeah. Okay. Well,
So all I have on my screen is Gaming splash art. When I look at it, it just feels like a top of A.
okay.
It's a really good one for me.
Okay. So what does that average out to? Middle of B somewhere near D-Luke and Sino, I think. Because I'm bottom of B. Concordia is the same way, and you're top of A. I think that averages out to like a high B somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's just throw that there. Is that a fair one, or do we want to put it behind these two 5-stars?
I think let's put it behind the 2 5-stars, but
Okay,
above
Rift, what is
default
your?
D is good. Yeah.
Do you think like? And now looking at these three, if you had to choose, where would you place Gumming?
Oh man, between them.
Okay, between them. I was about to say I think between them is actually a smart choice. All right, all right. Next is Ganyu. This is a disappointment, but I'm not about to throw it way down there. I think it's similar to what we see in Aloy. It might even be worse. That's just rough.
I think we should put it around Chongyun and Amber.
But even then, Chongyun actually has more detail.
Yeah,
Chongyun has the 2 swords. Ganyu has literally nothing from what I'm
there's
looking
no
at.
little flower, the ice flower that she creates.
The Lotus, yeah.
There's no
It's just
hailstorm
like
from her burst. You just see the ball. And I get it's like the
yeah,
moments
even
before
Layla has
disaster
her
type thing.
little cryo ball or whatever.
Right.
Bio
Yeah,
Girl's got
that's a hard
balls. Okay,
disappointment
I'm kidding.
for the standard of a 5-star splash art. That's a yikes.
Right. Looking
For
away
me,
from yeah, that's a good idea. Looking away from the tier list,
Barbara has her little ring.
it's bottom of C. It's just almost a disappointment. They did better with the swirls of the cryo and everything. It's almost like the moments before disaster, like a hailstorm is about to create. So that's kind of cool. So it gets bonus points away from disappointment for that, but it's very close for me.
So you're bottom C. I'm top of D.
Ooh, okay. And
Or are
then
you Concordia?
Concordia.
I'm gonna do like kind of middle top of C. So
Okay.
Probably around the
I
A
guess
level
middle. I guess
talked
middle
about.
C. Yeah.
All right. Ganyu skin.
It's so hard because
Oh, Ganyu skin actually hits pretty hard. Massive improvement.
it is definitely a huge improvement. What's interesting is that like I think because of the lantern, right, they intentionally made sure they included a lot of leeway. So I don't even think the leeway part of her splash art is like for her. I think it's just like a big lantern, right? Ad.
But
Possibly,
that
yeah.
art in and of itself is really good.
Yeah. Looking at the splash art in and of itself, I think the detail to the
That's
Yeah,
character,
let's do
super good splash art in my opinion.
it's got to be B in my opinion, somewhere or possibly a little bit higher.
I might be a hot take on this, but that's That's top of A, if not low S. For me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay. Concordia,
Sorry.
where would you place if you had to just think about it?
I would do top of B, honestly.
Okay. Let's slap her
What
in
were
the
you again, Vic?
bottom of A. I was probably somewhere around Chiori. I was like, I could see if someone put her, if we averaged out in B, okay. But in my opinion, if I just had to think about this character, it's a middle of A. Like, it's just
Middle of A,
it's
and I'm low
solid.
S, so why not throw her near
There's nothing
high?
about her kit in it, which doesn't bring it to S tier, but I think still one of the best skins we have. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but
Well, I'm thinking about the art alone,
yeah,
kind of just keeping it.
yeah. All right, Goro.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
No
Goro.
flag, no like big flag. We have the little flag on the dog as well. But that's helpful.
Like,
I just see amber. Like I just see amber level.
Yeah, Geo Amber, literally.
This is just where I slapped.
dude, this is D for me.
Okay. Disappointment. Just wished you saw
It's
more.
just, yeah, I like that they have the little dog there, but even that looks very just well disappointing. And then like if you take the dog out of the picture and Goro himself out of the picture, literally all you have are these yellow lines.
Yeah, no, that's fair actually.
There's nothing going on here.
And that's the
He could
same
have been
thing
on
with
ground leading an army or something. He's the general. I don't know.
yeah, and that's the same thing I think I feel about Bennett. So that's why. See, I think I okay, if you're actually down there, you're way lower than I thought. He's probably around Bennett's level then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
There's
Hazo.
I think Akinari asked a question in the chat. I wasn't sure if you guys want to answer it.
Is there any way for a community member to join these stream as a guest panelist? That's not something we've thought about. We'd have to kind of think about that and see how it worked to see if it would work first.
Yeah, that might be
It's a,
something maybe down the line that we bring
yeah,
in,
yeah.
but for now, not for a little
Got to
while.
be
At
brought
least
up
for right now.
somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Get the pot brewing.
but all right, Hazo. Now he has his little like skill thing in the background. Um,
You said Hazo?
yeah, he's got his little Heartstopper strikes in the background, and he's about to do his burst.
I think it's
But
just a little
take him
bit
out of the picture, and all you have is some cool Animo lines and the Heartstopper X in the background.
What about his birthday art?
Birthday art?
we don't
You
talk
guys remember?
about the birthday. We don't
Yeah.
talk about the
Oh,
birthday
that
art.
one? Oh, yeah.
S
Okay.
tier.
Yeah.
S tier.
All right.
All right. But no, on a serious note, for me, it's weird because I like the idea they had, but it's also very basic. There's not a lot of detail.
Right. They were going somewhere with it, and it felt like it was a half-done
They drew it
project.
up in a day.
Right. It feels like
They
something
thought
like
about it for
this
weeks and drew
was
it up in a day.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our idea. And it's like, okay, come with me back to something that you have. And it's like, okay, here's my draft. And then they're like, okay, thank you. And then the next day he goes out and the artist is like, why did you put that out? That was just my first draft. And they're like, oh, our fault, my B. Like that's
We liked it, you know.
yeah, it's like it was good enough. And it's like, oh, okay. That's where I think this is. So I don't know, somewhere in C. This is just becoming a
Close
conglomeration.
to bottom C. Close
Yeah.
for me.
All right. We'll just slap this near Goro. I think he's a little bit better than Goro.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Hu Tao.
Me too.
I see somewhere between B and A. I'm not really sure where she fits looking at this. It's a cool splash art. So if I was looking at it alone, low A, high B.
I'm doing high B. I think it's really on par with Sino and Dia. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gaming's is probably a little bit of an edge over it.
Okay. I
Yeah,
put this
that's
above
just
Sino and Dia because these were my original placements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really anywhere there suffices.
So if you guys are kind of putting him behind, then it's 2-1. So we'll put him behind. All right. Ito. I have to say D. This is a disappointment.
Really? Okay.
This is
yeah.
this is a
Ito's
straight
definitely missed the mark. The Oni in the
Really?
background is cool. I think it's worth a C because the Oni in the background, but they're like it doesn't Ito's like not doing a cool pose. It doesn't like synchronize with the background. I think if we had like I think what it could have been is you have the Oni in the background, like doing a particular like pose or angled in a certain direction, and then Ito like kind of mimics that like in front of it. So it kind of looks like, okay, Ito looks like human, but he's really like Oni, like,
Right.
in the background. I think they could have synchronized that. This just looks like nothing. I mean, Ito's just standing here, and then he's like has his hand out, like, "Oh, look at my hand! Isn't that cool?" Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I guess the more I look at it, it does feel like a C, but yeah, it's a little bit better. The
Yeah,
Oni in the background does help. Um,
Bottom B.
okay, so he's middle of C now. We'll throw him, we'll
So you
slap
can
him,
average that how you want to, because I know I'm outnumbered here.
we'll slap him behind Fremine. All right, Jean's original skin. This is just, I think it's just like right behind Ito. That's where that goes for me.
There's so lack of detail for me in the animo effects around her.
I think
But
I'd
for
put it
1.0,
around.
I mean, this is literally
I like the
from the
grass.
very beginning.
I like the grass at the bottom. If you actually take a close
Yes,
look at the
I do
skill,
too. And the
there's
dandelions,
there's an
it's
yeah,
very fitting of a character.
right. It's the
So
dandelion
probably a
breeze,
low
right?
B.
And then there's an X on her sword, and the sword is also glowing. So I like it enough to put it in C near Ito, but could have been more.
I think I actually like it.
I like it more than
Top
Ito.
of C, top of C for me.
Bottom B.
Okay, so if I'm down here, your middle kind of averages are out near Kale and Dory actually. Okay. Jean's skin splash art. Here we go. This is just
Hmm.
I like how Barbara got a better splash art than she did.
Right?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think it's near Charlotte because I do like the slimes, I do like the sun, the idea here. But it's like low B.
I mean,
It's better than her
those
original.
guys don't lie.
The shoes are
I
off. The little crab in the background.
I actually think the original splash art for Jean is better than the new one because I think the original just fits her more.
Interesting.
It's hard for me, but this is probably very close to Barbara's, somewhere around the very close to top of B. Because I really do like the detail when I'm looking at it. She's actually, you noted that she has her shoes off. She's actually holding her shoes.
Right, that's what I was saying. She has them in her hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail going on. You could tell they gave it a lot of time,
All right, so I'm
and I do
bottom of
like it.
B. Where's everybody else at then again?
I guess I'm top of B in general.
I'm doing maybe middle C.
Okay, so we'll just slap her behind these other skins then. All right, Kaya original skin.
Kaya's is everything that Beto's should have been.
Really?
Oh, the original skin. Oh, I thought we were looking at Kaya's skin. Sorry, I'm like,
What do you
everyone's probably all
mean
like,
by
what?
that?
I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm talking
yo,
about Kaya's skin. Okay, Kaya's skin. The original Kaya, literally D for me.
yes.
And what you said talking about the Gene one, yeah. Yeah.
I was say I'm just slapping this in D. It looks like Beto's.
Yeah, D.
Now the skin, on the other hand,
Skin on the other hand,
that's a B for me.
that's B. Yeah,
Definitely a B.
I think it might even
I
actually be
might
better
be
than Hu
A.
Tao's
Yeah.
and
I like
Gaming's.
it better than Gaming's and Sino's.
I think I put it like
Maybe
right
even
next.
better than
I think
Barbara.
actually it's
I
better
would
than
put it right
Barbara.
next to Barbara.
Yeah, this
Right?
is actually
Yeah.
a high B in my opinion.
Yes.
This is a high B. There's a lot of detail. Holy cow.
Such a good skin.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The
Yeah, high
costume
B.
is great and perfect. It really fits his aesthetic. You've got the treasure, you've got the ships, you've got the water crashing. Goated skin. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Kave
Um,
looks like Candace. It's Candace level.
Yeah, it's
It's
there.
middle C, my opinion.
Yeah. Yep,
What do you think, in
I
Rift?
think it's accurate.
I actually really trying to get it finding good. There we go. I really like this one. So what did you guys say?
Middle of C.
I said middle C, yeah.
Let's see. I'm kind of a low B on this.
Okay. So I guess near, like, we'll put him right behind Farazan. Kind of slap that somewhere over there in this general vicinity. All right, Kazuha. One of the worst splash arts for a
I
5-star, by the way.
Kazuha's is, yeah, this is comparable to Ayato.
Yes, I think
This
it's
is like literally Ayato's like copy pasted
yeah, it's actually I think
with like animo
almost
color.
even worse than his because at least he has a little like. Although I'm not really sure actually, I think it's actually better because I like the glowing sword and the little like the leaves. The leaves are on par with what you see in Ayato's little water flowers, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think they're on par with each other. I think it's just like a solid high
Yeah.
This
C.
is
I think it's the
a
same.
this is a high C.
All right, perfect.
It's a good drink, by the way. Really refreshing.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
High C. You know, like the
Oh, I
fruit
see.
punch.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
I totally did not
Okay.
even.
You're such a middle
Uh,
schooler.
It did not even catch that. All right, catching.
Um, Chow. Catching is like gotta be barely higher than D, low C.
Interesting. Okay.
high B or low A.
Yeah, I would put it at a low B. I think it's on par with what we can even see with Charlotte and stuff like that. It has some. I like her. I like the background. Shows a lot of versions of her. That's the whole point of her kit. I like it. I wish there was maybe some the star thing with her skill, but I would put it at low B. So if you're at a high B, low A, it's a low B work for everyone then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Catching skin. Okay. I know there's a lot of detail in this, but it's not as good as even Kaya's art or Barber's art. It's not even close to Ganyu's. Catching just didn't even get a lot of detail as the other characters did, in my opinion.
She's walking on water?
Well, it's supposed to be in the water right after, but yeah, no, it is weird. But it's
Yeah,
supposed to be the
I didn't
water
notice that.
right next to you know where the boats are on Leeway Harbor.
Right.
Whenever they do the lantern right, so that's where the little flowers are in the water. So she's supposed to be walking on that, which is weird. Or maybe it's just
It's
shallow
a
water type thing. I don't know.
For me it's probably middle of A.
That high? Yeah,
I like it.
There's hardly anything going on here for me.
you
For
thought
me
high
it's
A?
like
That's
for me it's
Middle of A.
comparable
oh,
to
middle of A.
where
Okay.
Charlotte is. I think it's like I think it's almost similar to Jean's skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just Jean skin. It's like
So on the lower
Barbara and
side of B.
Ganyu got better skins than they did. Than like the other character. So Ganyu got a better skin than
Yes,
Catching, and Barbara got a
which I
better skin than
agree. Yeah.
Jean.
Ganya's is insane. Really good.
So I guess near Diluc and Dia is a good average. Because if you're in the middle
Hmm.
here ish, Rift, then and we're down here, then this is a solid mid. Oh, near maybe
Yeah.
yeah, like next to Hu Tao. We'll put her behind Hu Tao because why not? All right, Kirara. I think a
Um
box would have been cool, but it's still a pretty good 4-star splash art. The original.
Um,
I'm thinking on par with Dory and Kale. They're kind of in the middle of C.
Yeah, I was gonna put him next
high
to
C.
Kave. Okay. All right, so we can slap him around here. Maybe okay. So if you're a high C, that brings him because we were over here. You're up here. It's a solid middle. All right. Now Kirara's skin.
This one I'm gonna say is comparable to Kaya and Barbara's.
I would agree with that. There's a lot of detail that we're seeing.
All right, this might be surprising, but it's a low S.
I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not sure if it's a low S, but yeah. I mean, I would put it over here,
Yeah, I
so
love it.
I guess the average is under.
I like how even her pose, the character in the splash art, it looks like she's jumping from a roof or something.
Yeah,
As a burglar, everything lines up. There's nothing here in the splash art here that feels out of place.
right. Very good splash art. All right, Klee. Original Klee skin.
Um,
I think it's next to catching. Low,
y-
low B.
yeah, yeah, that's good.
What do you think,
She's a
Rift?
high B for me.
Okay. Oh my goodness, dude. You're so optimistic. Oh, this is gonna be such a weird tier list. All right, this middle again, I guess somewhere. All right, Klee skin.
Well,
This is an A. This is definitely an A. The hat, the skin, the background, I think matches the skin and the aesthetic very well. So I'm gonna go A. I think
If we put
just
this in A, can
big
we agree that
middle of
this
A.
goes under Ganyu's skin? Because it hurts me to see Kirara's skin above Ganyu's already. If we put Klee's above Ganyu, I'm gonna cry.
Well, yeah, we can do that. I think just
honestly,
bottom of A
this is
works. Yeah.
this is a hot take, but it's a top of C.
Really?
No, it's definitely an
Yeah.
A for me. Definitely an A.
Klee here
I still
looks
think
like
it's a
she was
middle A.
slapped, a PNG slapped in a like Sumeru. She doesn't look like she's actually standing there. You know what I mean?
To me, I know that like aesthetic, like the
I'm thinking about the art
woodland,
though, not
like
the skin.
the magical forest kind of vibe,
Yeah.
which fits
Yeah.
her mother Alice, and then
Uh-huh.
combined that magical vibe with the actual skin, and I think that it really actually works in my opinion. I think they were going for a specific look, and I think they achieved it.
If you look at the skin, it looks like she's jumping out of the page. It looks like she literally popped out of the page with the rest of the book. Kind of like, those pop-up books where you open the page and it like pops up things. It looks like she
Like
literally
storybooks,
popped
like
out
fairy
of the
tale.
book. So
Right.
for that, I think it works with this skin because it's literally like she got shot out of the book and she just like popped up. But yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah,
say middle of A. So if you're top of C, yeah, okay. So under Ganyu, then can we agree at that point then?
yeah.
Or near Kava, or near Kaya? Do we want to put them
I
average?
think it's above Kaya. I think it's above Kaya. I think putting
Rift, what are you
Cleat next
thinking?
to Kaya.
I just want to make sure we're all in agreement. If we were to average this
I
out, Rift,
like
on the tier list,
Kaya's better.
okay, then I think this is a fair evaluation then. This just around here to make just everybody happy. All right,
Yeah,
Kokomi,
just say it's like around there, yeah.
because I know
Kokomi.
we're way
Kokomi.
up here and down here, but yeah, Kokomi.
Um,
Actually not bad.
I think it's top of B for me. I don't think it's as good as I think it does better than Sino and Dia and Gaming, but not as good as Kaya and Klee. So right in between there.
Looking
It's
at it
actually
away from
right
the tier
behind the Klee
list,
skin.
I just see it as a bottom. I see it as like a bottom B.
Yeah, because I've been staying away from looking at the tier list for a while now. When I just look at it, it gives me bottom of A vibes.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I'm going top of B vibes.
Okay, so then it averages out to top of B. I'm putting it behind the skins. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Rift? Yes, no, maybe so.
If you, I like it. I really like it. So you average it how you want to between what we said. But if you're asking me, I like it better than all three skins.
Okay. And I'm like way down here. like over here
Right.
somewhere.
Right.
So
So average it how you want to.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think that's fair then.
okay. I know you guys liked it
Right.
more, but I think
Yeah,
I
I said
just
low A. So you're already pretty close to where I originally would have it.
okay. Um, Kujosara.
This one has got to be. This is D. They could have done so much more with it. They could have had Shogun's armies. They could have had her like actually with her weapon. They could have had more Tengu going on. They could have done a lot, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to find her wish animation where she immediately goes.
I appreciate the feathers of and like the Tengu kind of character, but
There we
that's
go.
it. It doesn't go beyond that.
Yeah.
The Electra's kind of just like
Yeah.
there, kind of like Beto, right? But it's got an edge just because of the feathers. So it's probably bottom C for me.
I was about to say bottom C. All right, so we'll slap it at the very bottom. All right, Layla. Got a lot to go.
Layla, I actually really like this one. I'm gonna do. I think it belongs in the what could have been for sure. Um,
Okay, so you're putting it in A
I'm
or
gonna
B,
put it
sorry.
above. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in B. I think pretty comparable to like Klee and Dia area.
For how basic it is, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's executed well
I
for
have
being
it
so
as a high
basic.
C in my opinion. So Rift, what are you thinking?
It's probably a low B for me.
Okay. So all right, so around this area is a solid average out, I guess.
Yeah, at this point we're not looking at like what other characters. It's kind of just like just somewhere, you know.
Yeah. All right, Lisa.
Oh
Original
my
splash
gosh.
art.
Lisa, I'm gonna do D.
I think they could have done so much more. They could have had her climbing and added the sound effects when you pull. No, I'm just kidding.
Bruh.
What?
I think
Oh my
it's
god.
like okay, trying not to look at the tier list here, but Kaveh is up there. How high Kaveh is? Just,
Kabe's got detail though with the Maroc. I like how it really
it's just his. He's
personifies
just
Maroc.
holding his case, and then he
Pretty
just
sick.
has. He's just in a square field. And
He's a construction person.
how does a square field have to be a construction?
Well, it feels mathematical.
I guess it's just I don't know. With Lisa, okay. So looking at Lisa, looking at
At
it,
least this isn't bad, to be honest.
looking at it by itself, we're okay.
You know,
So
4-star, 1.0. So the
Concordia
standards is very.
is at a D. Where are you at?
Yeah.
I'm actually at probably top of C.
About to say I'm at a low B. I think for its time that it was out.
I mean, it's literally 1.0. It was a beta, like one of the very first characters, right? Is a 4-star, is free. Like there's the bar low to me,
Yeah,
but they actually did pretty. Like they're holding the lamp. There's a lot of detail in that lamp. And then the roses going around.
yeah. So I think it's around this middle area, near Dory, near Cave, near this middle pack of C. I'll just throw it in the
Yeah,
as middle as possible as I can kind of throw it. All right, Lisa's skin. Pull up the actual splash art. Can't get too much of a good detail on other
This
places.
one is still like maybe middle C.
Yeah, definitely not a goated skin.
I want to compare it, like just because I want to compare it to Ayaka's skin because they came out at the same time. It's going for the same vibe. What do you think about that?
Where's
I don't think
Ayaka's
it does
skin?
it as well though.
Okay, I was just curious what you would say about that.
I think Ayaka's skin is on par with this. I think it's the same. They both.
Because I like Lisa's a little bit better than Ayaka's skin.
She looks more natural.
The Lisa, it's just I love that environment. The lamp that's there, the books around the Even the floor, the ground, they cut out the way they cut out the ground was based on the symbol pattern of the ground.
Yeah. So where are you
I
gonna
just like
place it?
I like it, but I'll probably place it top of B.
Okay. Better say I'm probably near that as well. I'm near the other skins up here. Somewhere over here.
I'm middle C.
Okay. So we've got to bring it down near Jean or something. Near basically Ayaka's skin actually, so that's an average.
Which makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Lynette. I have to go back and look at this one with a little bit more detail because I want to see everything that this one has to offer.
I like Lynette. In all honesty, this is still just kind of a middle C for me.
Yeah, this one's a little rough. I think it has a lot of good
Let me
detail, but looking at Fontaine, right? Because once again, we looked at Lisa in 1.0. Now looking at Fontaine, looking at all the other skins that we have, and then Fontaine comes up. We have to think about it like that. You know what I mean? So how does she fare against Fontaine skins? I think it's a good skin because of its time period. I don't think it's if she was made back in 1.0, I think this would have had way less detail and not given as much love and admiration, if you will. Which makes me put her like a low B. She's on par, similar to what we see in Charlotte, in my opinion.
For me, she's a low A.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Charlotte's does a little bit better
All right, so I think
than Lynette's though, so I'm gonna do still middle C.
Lynette's just personally hits very hard for me.
All right.
It's because ever since I saw the initial drip marketing of Lenny and Lynette, they seemed very on par of each other, and I don't know. I just really like both of those.
Yeah.
They did a really good job. I mean, and honestly, when I told you, I had to bring it back in my head.
Yeah. All right. Looking at Lenny then now, because we got a lot of characters to go. Where are we putting Lenny?
Lenny,
I'm even just gonna cross out Starro because we're probably not gonna get to that today.
yeah,
I think that's fine though. That'll be a good another stream.
Yep. All right. So Lenny splash arts.
top of B.
Yeah.
I think we kind of fixed the issues with Sino and Dia with this one. I don't think it's worth an A though. I just can't see it going with like Albedo, I'll hate them, Ganyu, Chiori, but
Looking
Low
at
A.
it's
looking
top
at
of
its
B
time
for me.
period,
It's top of B.
I think looking at its time period, I think it just didn't slap as hard. It didn't in the Fontaine era. It looks pretty good. I think it's a solid top of B. I agree. It's somewhere near that area. Better than Dia, better than Sino, but in its era, I think looking at Chiori and the other characters that came out in its time period, it was pretty good.
B for better than what for C could have been, right?
Yeah.
I for me it's very like I was saying earlier, very close to Lynette, so it's a low A.
Okay. So we'll go literally the highest we can in B. Slap that there.
Yeah.
All right, Mika. This is a disappointment.
Mika is
Not
like
so
literally
fast.
Mika is the bottom of D.
This
Like
is the
Mika is the bottom of
worst
D. This
splash
is the
art in
worst.
the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, literally.
So
There's no comparison.
oh, how do I say this?
Yo, bro, if you say S, I'm gonna
So
just turn
hot
off stream.
take, top of A.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What?
Just the
That is
what
oh
did you
my
say?
gosh. No. No,
No, I'm
there's
kidding. I'm
no
kidding.
way. There's absolutely no way.
It's probably it's probably top of D.
The ability
Top
to
of D.
I was about to say, I think it's better than what we see in Kaya and Beto.
Yeah, there actually is pretty good effects going on with the eagle plume right above the book. It has a nice effect. The everything with Kaya, Barbara, and Beto, there's like no glow or any
All
kind
right.
of vivid visual effects. Whereas Mika, just because he is a later character, the eagle plume actually does look really nice. But that's literally it. So it's just top of D for me.
All right.
I'm still doing bottom of D.
But I say I'm still bottom of D, so I think he kind of gets moved over one, but that placement's weird in this area, but it's just I think Barbara honestly needs a lot more love and attention in this row, but we'll get to that later. All right, Mona. Mona for a early character, I think she did really well. Honestly, this is probably one of the best early 5-star splash arts. I think it
Like
deserves to
it's
be in
good.
B.
Oh yeah, B for me. I think comparable to Kokomi and Sino.
All right, Rift, what are you
Kind of
thinking?
middle.
I have a
B.
feeling I'm getting the waves across the Discord. I'm feeling an A on Rift side of things.
Yeah, it's an A.
Yep, I knew it. All right, I mean it's a solid splash art. Like so I'm gonna put it literally once again top of B. All right, Nahida. This is an A. Where are we putting this on A? Or are you
This is
compel
an
me to
A.
compel me to put this at S because I can't see it.
No, I'm not going to compel you to do that. I
Okay.
think we're gonna. I think I find it around Ganyu, and I'll hate them. I think bottom A. I think bottom of A.
I agree. I think it's a bottom of A. Rift is gonna say S tier. I know it.
But it's just my opinion, okay? Like,
Your opinion is wrong.
Is wrong.
Go get a new one. All right. Yeah.
All right.
do what you will with it. I'm
Someone
outnumbered.
someone grab the pitchforks. We need to drive Rift out of town.
I just freaking love the rainbow effect, the prismatic effect coming from her burst. Like the the lighting of that is just really, really good.
Yeah. So we'll
You
slap it
know,
in the the middle of the lower wait, the lower of the middle of A. That's where we'll put it. Navia.
Navia.
Uh,
This is. I still. Uh, this is top of A. This is middle A to high A for me.
I think this is top of A.
just top of A.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Another great. Are we putting it above or below Chloron? I think it's
Hello.
Low around.
okay.
Personally, if it were me, it's below child, but that's a personal opinion.
Yeah, well, once again, your opinion is wrong. I don't even know why bro's there in the first place, but I'm kidding. Dude, if we could have had this as a splash art for him, oh my goodness, Neuvillette would have gone crazy.
I think
This is
Nervalette could
insane.
have gotten a lot harder than he did.
Look at
I
what I
think
have on
Nervalette's
stream if you
only
guys can look
middle.
at it. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Look at this, dude. This is insane. I love this. This right
Well,
here.
mid screensaver. There it is.
This goes crazy.
Oh
If
man.
this was
I
his
think the
splash
splash
art,
art.
immediately
Play.
S. Oh my, what is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's tough.
Ouch. It's tough.
That's crazy. All right.
You
Anyways,
know, Focalors is literally my favorite character. That's just cruel.
so all right, looking at Neuvillette, then what do we? What?
Hey.
All right, middle of A. I do like the little. You can see actually the little rings at the top of his splash art, where he does. It's the seal of arbitration. So you can see those. I love his cane is glowing. I love that his hair is glowing and the bottom of his cloak is glowing. The water droplets everywhere. The just rainfall of just like it's not even like, heavy rain. It's just like as if like you had like an entire sea just splashing down. That's like what is happening right now and it looks amazing. But
Yeah,
to
it
me
feels
it's
like
top of A,
pressure of
but
the
that's just me.
judge, right?
Yeah. It's right behind or right near Chloron and Navia for me. We have a middle A from Concordia. Rift, what's the verdict on your end? And the Oratrice Mechanique
No
Dunlea's
pun
card now.
intended. He's a low S for me.
Low
Of
S.
course.
Yikes.
Well,
All right.
I love everything you said, and I also just love that the seal of the primordial sea is above all of it, because like you stated, it's like the sea is about to fall, and he's keeping it at bay. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm actually
I love it.
Yeah. I'm actually cutting it off. Yeah, so if we look here, yeah, that seal is fully in play actually. Yeah. This is the top
It's
of
just
A.
I can't get past it. It's too good
I think
for me.
averaged out, low S, middle
With all the
A,
other
high
lighting
A.
effects, it's really detailed.
It's a pretty solid high A then, I guess.
Can we put Clarons in front of it or no?
No, for me, no.
That's
It's a
difficult because
close
for me
one.
they're pretty neck and neck. Because to me they're both S, low S,
I think
but
if you catch me on the right day, Cloron's ahead. If you catch me on a different
yeah, you
day,
can, yeah,
Neuvillettes
exactly.
higher. Like I think it just depends on the day.
Yeah,
If we could
yeah.
put them
Yeah.
like on top of each other, I would, but I can't do that. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, Nilu. Okay, you guys are gonna have to sell me on this.
Top of S. No, I'm kidding.
Sell me on this original Nilu skin because it's not that great.
It's I think it's like a middle. I think it's like on the lower side of A again.
Really, I'm at like a low B.
I'm just kind of I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could throw it. I'm gonna say
I'm
middle to
at
upper B, middle to upper B.
I'm a middle B.
Okay, middle B it is. We'll throw
I
ahead of
think it's
Bia to
weird
just
that
give
they
her a
have
little
the
love.
skill, like the pirouette effect is above her. It feels out of place.
Yes, yeah. We'll give her a little
Why?
love and put
And
her
it's
above
just
Dia,
too
but that's it.
generic. It's once again for the Hydra character. It's just let's throw water around and maybe some bubbles and some sparkles. They should have had her like laying down on her back in water or something.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't know, something. I don't know, just something more than that.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit rough. Hold up, let me move you, Rift, a little bit. You're a little weird actually this entire time.
I'm a little high. Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
So with Nilu's skin, the splash art, not the skin itself, the splash art.
Right. Right.
I know you both
I'm gonna do.
really like this skin, but let's look at the splash art.
I don't. I don't think this is that. It it could have been okay. I think it's pretty much the same as her original splash art. And the reason I say that is because even though she's like forest fairy or whatever it's supposed to be, I don't like how they decided to go with plants in her splash art instead of like waters or like water lilies or like a whole hydro thing. I think if we did more of like the Aranese region, like in Fontaine, with just like water and the big blue trees and the blue like
Yeah.
lake light lily flowers, like I think that would have done much better instead of including like the Sumeru like green lotus plants. Like that to me is not a good aesthetic choice to match that skin.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that great, honestly, if I'm being honest with you.
It's probably like It's probably a top of C.
Yeah, I was about to say
Maybe low B.
I'm even putting it below.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a low B for me. So, all right, let's just slap this behind
We
around
can say
there
low
and
B.
call it a
Yeah.
day. All right,
Yeah.
Ningguang. Ningguang, for the time and a place, I'm going to put this at a solid B. Just middle of the pack.
Yeah, I think it's solid B.
Yeah, I love the jade screen there. Yeah, it adds a lot.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing I really like about it, to just talk about detail, I like how the jade screen is it's actually like a veil or a screen. You can
Right.
see that in the right side of
It's
it.
like moving it, yeah.
Right, right. So that's just a detail I really like. The
Yeah.
gems, I feel like the gems could have a little more detail that she's shooting out.
All right, now over to Ningguang's skin splash art. Well, that is small. That is the wrong color. That is small. Okay. Dude, finding her splash art on anything is very difficult. That doesn't have the
Right?
background.
Okay, I get like other people's renditions or like a different color
Or it's just like
palette.
extremely zoomed out. Like it's just like zoomed out to a terrible extent. Um this is
It's not. I'm not impressed.
yeah, this is like a top of C. It could have been better. They just didn't do well.
They didn't. It's like they didn't know what to do.
Right.
They could have done what they did with Ganyu and catching, but they didn't.
Right.
Yeah, instead they have it like she's indoors and it's all happening outside.
And once
It's
again,
really
you
weird.
could totally run with that and like take it and run with it like they did with the Fontaine skins. Kind of give
They just
her
didn't.
like I don't know, like
In theory of
she's
the Jade
in
Towers
front
or
of a
something.
chair or something, and there's smoke coming out of her little pipe or whatever. So she's kind of chillaxing while
Right.
everybody else is outside enjoying the festivities. That kind of fits her aesthetic. That would have been really cool. She had like a smoke room almost like that kind of thing. That would have been really cool. I think that would have put me
Mm.
actually at like an A tier, but I think just because the four
Yeah,
star or
it's
whatever, she
no
just didn't get as
better.
much love.
It's like a low C, to be honest. There's nothing going on in the background. It's because we're thinking once again, if we're thinking about this splash art, laying aside the skin, she's kind of just standing there, like, like what are you looking at, kind of a thing. And then the
Exactly.
background is just, yeah,
Yeah. All right. So middle of C, a solid idea.
yeah.
All right. All right. We're gonna shotgun these because we got a lot left. So, Noel, D tier. This is terrible.
That is D
D
tier.
tier.
D tier. All
That
right.
is that is the worst. I think
Yikes.
that is officially the worst.
Okay. Well, she's bottom of everything. Chi
Yeah,
Chi
there's no
splash
way.
art. Chi Chi actually did pretty well. I like Chi Chi. I don't
I
like
know
her
Chi
character,
Chi
but
Chi.
her her splash art's pretty good.
her splash art's
I'll
great.
take Chi Chi top of S. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'd give a top of B, honestly, if I'm being realistic. For the
Yes,
time and
same.
period, top of B.
eh,
Yeah,
I think top
I like
of.
it more than Hu Tao's. Hu Tao has,
Yeah,
they couldn't. I mean, well, they could have done more.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Chi Chi's, I just love it because not only do you have the ghost and like kind of symbolizing that, oh, she's beyond the grave, she's a zombie, but you also have the sigils at the bottom, kind
Yeah.
of representing that too.
In Concordia,
It's
where are
just
I
you
better.
at?
don't. I think I'm gonna go right. Yeah, right next to Hu Tao.
Okay, so we'll slap her next to
But
Hutao.
better.
All right. Raiden. Let me back up and get an zoom in version of Raiden because I kind of forgot all the small details that come with her burst. Okay. If I actually look at this, I
Ooh,
forgot the
that's
background had the
yeah.
palace in the
It's an
background.
S from me. S.
I really like the trees. The background, I forgot that there was I saw multiple copies of this and I still forgot that this had a version where yeah, I don't know.
Unpopular opinion. I don't even think it's as good as Nahida's. I think this is just a. This is just B tier to me. I
Really,
think
B
it's
tier.
maybe an upper B, but I don't even think I like it as much as like
Gotta
the
be better than
Kaya.
Sino.
That's
Because
an
one of
I
the
it's
don't
an
even.
S tier
It's
for
better
me.
than Sino. It's better than Sino. I don't think it's as good as the Kaya or like Klee skin.
I think it has as much detail as Cloron, Navia, and Neuvillette. If you actually look at the skin, like
the whole
actually look at it,
Tenkaku is in there.
it has the entirety of the background. She's got her sword that she's pulling out. You've got the tree. You've got the nice tree line that are very, very Inazuma-esque. And you've got the huge eye in the background with the huge Electro symbol. I just think the palace,
And she's got her Chakra Desiderata effect too.
right? I think it is as much, if not, yeah, it's about as much detail that we
There's
get
like
in Navia,
nothing missing.
Cloron, and Neuvillette. And those characters are Fontaine. This is those characters are 2 years ahead of Raiden. I think that's an S tier for me.
It's a
Low
low S
low
at
S
least.
at the least,
At
yeah. Low S for me at the least.
It's kind of like a mid B
That's
for me.
insane. So you're wait. So you're saying that you like Albedo's
He said he likes Klee's
four
skin better.
four rock formations and uh, I
I
don't
do.
ship wheel look better than
I don't think Raiden actually looks that intimidating here.
well,
I
it's not
think
supposed to be
Cloron's
in
is like
well, you're not supposed to be intimidated here. This is just her
I don't know.
splash art.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not a huge. I'm not huge on it.
All right, well,
Fair
It's
enough.
better than Sino's, but
I like
yeah.
Raiden's actually more than I like Diluc's and Farina's. So I'm like almost near Arlecchino's.
I actually like it even more than Arlecchino's.
Okay, so because I know you have Farina at the top, Rift, from what I remember. So Raiden's basically second place. She's
Marina
second
beats
place
it,
for me.
but Raiden's right behind it, and then
Okay, so
Nahida.
if we put you here and we're all the way up here, can we agree that this is right next to then around these characters?
Put it next to all the other
Yes,
top
yes. I
A's.
think
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, we'll do her justice
that's a
and
good average.
put her next to the other ruler of a nation. All right, Razor.
B tier, easy. Next.
I
I
like
haven't looked at it yet.
I like low B tier. He's got the little claw in the air, and that's kind of it. It's
The
good.
little claw in the air, and that's kind of it. Therefore, B tier.
I yeah, it's for me. It is a D.
The D. Okay, so got a
There's no wolf or anything. I mean, you got the claw, but like
yeah. That actually brings
I
it down
actually
to a
wanted to
C
see
then.
the wolf. His burst in game looks better.
Okay, so we'll go top of C then, because that's a disappointment.
Yeah,
Okay, might even be
and it's
lower
like
actually
next
if we
almost.
average it out better. Holy cow. Okay, Rosaria. This might be a disappointment as well.
Sorry.
I wish
C.
they had her huge like field that she creates. That would have been so cool, but it's just not.
Yeah, I like how she's holding the lance. But that's about it. I don't really know what's going on with those
I don't.
blue effects. It's weird to
Yeah,
me. I guess because she's like a band. She was formerly a bandit, so maybe it's like trying to mix the idea that she's cryo, but also with like a smoke screen,
I was
former
thinking of more like
life.
whenever she hits the ground and it's just like the kind of like the
Yeah,
icy
I
wind
don't
that
know.
just
I'm
gets
trying.
hit
I'm
out.
trying to give it credence, but
Yeah, bottom of
it
C is
just looks
solid,
funny.
solid average then.
Yeah.
Despite that, I really, really like the lance and the vine that's going around from starting from the bottom right, going up towards the top left,
Yes.
wrapping around her neck. That's a real. It, this is a weird thing, but it always reminds me of Argenti because of the lance and the vines. It's a similar thing, and even Rosaria has the rose. Like it's a very similar. The cathedral. She's at the cathedral of Mondstadt.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna
Has
cut
a
you
lot of
off there because we
similarities,
gotta
but
keep going. Sayu,
yeah,
disappointment.
D. Yep, D.
What do you think, on Rift?
yeah, yeah. I just it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think it's better than Kaya, but
All right. Well, I'll move it in a second. Let's look at Sijuan. Sijuan, what are we doing with Sijuan?
I think it's really
Top
good.
of A.
At least,
Comparable to
at least
Chloron to Navia.
All right. I think
it's top
it's
of A for me.
I think it's bottom of A for me. I almost yeah, it's bottom of A.
Put it around Emily then,
Okay.
right in the middle.
Right before right. Okay. Whatever. All right. Sethos. Sethos actually has a
High C.
Sethos has a good one. For time and place, for being a I do like Scion of the Blazing Sun, really matches his aesthetic. The bolt that you see, the thunderbolt that he kind of makes, it's good. The sand on the ground. That little bit that you could have even given to Sino would have been nice. But yeah.
Yeah.
I agree then. Yeah, fair enough.
It's a middle B for me.
Yeah, I think it's like a solid mid C for me. So what was that, a
So
low B
mid
then?
C, top C, and a mid B. That probably brings it to very low B. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Shenhe Skin. I don't know. What is everybody else thinking in the chat? Now that you kind of see our thing running together, if there's anybody even left. What are you guys even thinking about this? 2020. Oh my.
I
Yeah,
forgot about the.
this skin's pretty good. Holy cow. I
I
think this is on
forgot about
par.
like the leeway kind of lake vibe in that stone she's on. I forgot about that. That's a really good
This is
one.
top of A. This is
That's
comparable
at
to
least top
Ganyu's.
of A. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so behind Navia, in front of these characters, where are we throwing them?
Um,
Don't know.
Let's put her here just because we have no clue where to put her. I totally forgot her regular skin. Shenhe
I think
regular
it's
skin.
fair though.
Shenhe
Shenhe
reg.
um
Uh, It's
Okay, for
good.
back in the day,
Good.
she has Calamity Queller in her hands. I do like the little sigils, and she's got her second version of herself, and a lot of just cryo application. Also, remember that her own cryo version is holding a spear as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a top of B in my personal opinion, maybe even a low A. It's
It's
comparable to what I see in Albedo.
top of B, but well, it for me honestly, it's kind of a lower B,
Okay,
lower to mid B,
can I ask
mid B.
why? Because if we're looking at everybody else, and I know we're not looking at technically supposed to look at the tier list, but like looking at everything else we have, it's I don't know.
It's
You have all the little summon marks, which is something that like for instance, we looked at
like
you have Chi Chi extremely
like
high,
it,
but Chi Chi just has the little ghost and she has a little mark she creates. Shen has the same thing. She's got the little marks that she makes. She's got
I
her
think for
weapon.
Chi-Chi I had B is it's very similar to Chi-Chi to be honest. It's probably one notch above Chi-Chi, but I
Well, I know
actually
we
like
brought you
Yamato
down from
better.
Chi Chi. So Chi Chi was over here, I think. We brought you down a little bit. So is it an upper B then? Like around here?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And Concordia, okay, so you're around here. Concordia, where are you at?
For which one again?
Regular skin Shenhe.
Regular skin Shenhe? I'm thinking around upper B, kind of just near Sino, Kokomei, all that.
Okay, so you guys are here. I'm over here. Around Klee work then?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll even put her behind Klee because I'm losing 2-1 here. All right. Kuki. That's Hazo, possible even disappointment down to Sayu levels for me.
Yes. Top of D.
They
For me
just
it's a low C.
all right. All right, we'll then slap her right below Rosario then. All right. Sucrose. Time and place, I think it's similar to Chongyun. I'd slap her right next to Chongyun and Amber. I think it's a solid
Yeah.
middle of the pack C.
Yep.
Similar to Fischl, those characters, kind of that similar vibe.
Middle, yeah, middle of C. Also, what the heck is Goro doing the bottom of C?
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about this, I think he needs to get thrown
Yeah,
lower. Or can
because
we?
I knew things would change as we start to throw things in, the rearrangements, if we had
Yeah,
the time. But like, I was like, okay, there's no way.
that one's glaring a little bit.
Ayu's actually better. Mika, like Kaya, there are a lot of them actually I'd like more than Goro's. Just, there's
Where are
nothing.
we? So okay, where should Goro go then? Before we keep going, I think he's
Goro
paused.
should go right there, I think.
Okay, I'm
I
putting him
think Barber's
here.
better. Like, yeah. There's nothing
So okay,
going
we'll throw
on.
him in the middle here. Does Barbara need to get moved? I think Sayu does
Mm.
not deserve to be way up here.
Yeah, I don't either.
Barber should go to the front of
Barber
D.
needs to go to the front, and then
Uh,
right behind it. If you ask me, right behind it, Mika or Sayu.
No way, Mika. I think Goro needs to go behind Barber.
That's just I can't get after Riff said like just take Goro out of the picture. It's literally just his little dude and then a bunch of lines, and I'm like, dang, he's got a point. I think Beto
Dog
should
doing
even be
him
higher.
everything.
I think Beto should be up here.
At least, yeah, because at least Beto has like the two little sea serpents.
Yeah. All right, we're
That's
gonna
why I
sit with
like.
this. This is a good,
Yeah,
somewhat average. I don't think Sayu should be way up here. I think she should be down here, but we'll keep the averages around. All right, Toma. Time and place in Inazuma, a lot of other 4 stars. He's definitely better than what we saw in Hazo.
Comparable to Kazuha and Ayato, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a
So
pretty good
top of
splash art.
C.
I think it's like a bottom B, top of C.
Top of C for me.
top of C.
Okay, we'll slap him right in front of Kazuha then. All right, Tainari.
Middle of A.
It's a really good one.
Yeah, I'm like a bottom B actually.
I need to look at it a little bit more.
I wish he had the little thing in his hand, the little ball that he throws. And there's also none of the spear vines that he gets from his burst. Almost just wishing there was a little bit more with his kit, that's all.
I
It's
think we could do lower A.
top
I
of
don't
B.
know.
Top of B.
Top of B, I've got bottom of B. Like, I think he's behind Sethos even. I think he's the worst. And then Concordia, where are you?
Lower A.
Okay. So is that solid middle of this
I
area?
just every time I love that. Okay, just like I give up. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, no. I'm just like, okay, where's the average at? That's just where my brain
Right.
goes to.
Who's the next character? Who's that?
Venti.
Venti.
Disappointment. Lower B.
I think it's a middle
B
C.
for disappointment.
Yeah, I think it's a middle C, like somewhere over here. Sucrose is almost better. Like, what in the world's going on with Venti, man?
Yeah. That is.
No
and
way
it's an
we have.
Archon.
No way we. No
It's an
way we think
Archon.
that Kirara has a better splash art than.
Oh
Venti,
yes,
that's crazy.
120%, dude. They did way better. I mean, for the time and place, looking at some of the other characters, he was the first character that had a like he's the first 5-star character that had a splash art, like for the guaranteed like limited time character. So fair enough. But
I
I
like the
mean,
flowers.
even
The
Catching
little,
has a better
are those
splash art than he
azaleas?
does.
Right.
I think a middle C. What are you at? What is everybody else at?
I'm lower B.
And I was edging between lower B to top C.
Okay, so we'll slap him behind Ayato and call it a day. All right.
I just had a high bar because it's an Archon and it's just
Right.
doesn't deliver.
Wanderer. I'm high B.
I need to
Lower
look
B.
at that. I need to look at
Lower
that.
B.
I like the little things he's got, the little hydro pyro.
Oh yeah, I forgot
electro,
about this. I really like it.
the normal attacks.
I like how the
background.
Fushodon is in there, and he's got like the actual different buffs showing up on his little wheel.
Yeah, everything's
I
pretty
don't
good.
like
Pretty
it that
good.
much. Where's
It's
the
pretty
hat?
good.
All right, so we got a low B, a high B.
He loses the hat
What
when
do
he
you?
goes into the skill state.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the hat is like a lot though, just in general to the character.
I think you're
I'm okay
thinking
with
Without
main,
the
I
hat,
think
I
you're
feel
mainly
you
thinking
lose a lot
of
of it.
before he became Wanderer. I think you're thinking
Yeah,
of
like the
him when he was
Balladeer
But
needs the
even
hat.
even
Scaramouche.
after, I still associate the hat with him. The hat is just, I don't know. I feel like at least for the splash art's purposes, it's weird that the splash art is literally just a snapshot of him in his skill. Meanwhile, most of the character is with the hat.
Yeah, I don't know.
I felt like
Well,
I felt like
rip marketing has the hat, but this is
modeling it after the burst, I think, would have been cooler than the skill.
That is true.
like where he steps on you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true actually. But I do like the extra little gadgets they have around him on his skill for showing the buffs he gets. All right, so we got a high B, low B. Rift, where are you at?
Right in the middle of B.
All right, then middle of the B he goes.
Easier, I guess.
Risley. Yeah. It's just his burst animation.
Lower A.
Low A? Ain't no shot
Yeah.
you just looked at Wanderer with all the things he had and then saw just cryo behind Risley and said that. That's insane.
He's like, I
Am
can't
I
believe you've
wrong
done
though?
this.
I mean, there's a lot of detail to that ice.
Yes,
Look
but
at the
it's
ground.
I mean, well, okay, then why is Wanderer? Why is Bro at bottom A, but then Wanderer is a bottom of B? Bro missing his hat, and Risley just has cryo ice broken everywhere.
It's a great shape, though.
I do like how it's like
shapes. I love them.
I mean, they could have put a lot less there, but they added a lot.
I do like the color of the ice because it makes it seem like it's frozen primordial seawater as opposed to just regular ice. But it's still, for me, it's like a low B.
Yeah, this is a bottom of B for me. So we have a low A and 2 bottom Bs. What does this put him right next to Wanderer?
Probably like Wanderer, yeah.
My goodness. All right, Xiangling. Okay, honestly, Xiangling had a really good burst.
D tier.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm kidding.
Insane.
Xiangling gets a low C for me.
Yeah, I think it's like comparable to what we see in like Charlotte or something. It's solid, or Ningguang, like around there, like middle bottom of C somewhere for
That
me.
is B, by
They
the
could
way.
have
You're
done a
putting
lot
in that.
more, but it's probably
Oh,
like middle C,
it's a low B then for me, I guess. Never mind. Oh, okay, so everybody else is down here. Oh wow, that's surprising actually.
middle C. I really wanted to see in the splash art for Xiangling something where she's like doing more martial art type stuff with the Pyronado.
Right.
Like just go freaking Darth Maul Karate Kid with her.
Shangling equals Darth Maul is not something I thought I would ever hear.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to like give the
That's
picture of like how I wanted her to hold,
Chad,
like she's
someone
already
needs to
holding
make
her
a
pole arm
meme
in the
of that.
middle.
Chad, someone needs to make a meme of that where they just Photoshop Shangling's face over top of Darth Maul's.
I don't think I want that. All right, Sean Yoon. Where are we putting Sean Yoon?
That was disappointing to me.
This was very disappointing. I mean, I like it. It's a very good splash art. Amazing looking splash art. You even hold into the burst as well, her little clock ticker that kind of like heals you. Very good, very smart. Just could have been more.
I really like it. It's a top of A for me.
I think a solid C. Like solid like upper C.
I think it's an upper C too.
Okay, so low B it is. Next to Ayaka you go. Zhao.
I'm disappointed with Zhao as I
Disappear.
felt they could have done more. Still, I I think it's maybe better than Sino's. Like it's around the same thing to me. I think it's cool. I think maybe a top B, top B.
About to say I go low A
They kept
because
the
of the time
mask.
period. They did well with the time period, so I say low A.
I think upper B for
I
me.
want to see more like background demon possession, and I don't see it. So,
Bro, what?
Maybe
uh,
more like Hua Hua. Like if you took Zhao and then had the background of like Hua Hua's.
top of B.
Like
Okay. So top of B, low A, and near Sino. So next to Klee he goes. All right, Xingqiu is a disappointment and a half.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he is.
He's like lower than
D.
Holy,
Kaya in my opinion.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness. No, I don't know about lower than Kaya. I just really Kaya's basic is I don't know. Maybe I just hate it. I do appreciate the water swords. The water sword and at least he's got some water swirling around his feet. Kaya literally has nothing except the
I think Xingqiu is next to Barber.
Okay, we'll put him here
probably
then.
yeah.
I put him down here, so all right, we'll average him out there. All right, Xingqiu's skin. This is like
Fine.
Improvement.
Where did we put the Ningguang
this one's right
skin?
here. I think this one is like over
Yeah,
here.
we need to put like I think the Xingqiu right next to Ningguang. They're the same splash art.
The Ningguang skin? Okay, but here's the main
I think
difference.
it has a
Ningguang
tree and
skin
everything
has
else next to it.
nothing around like the window looking thing. This actually
Extra
fixes the
points because
problem.
it has a tree.
Well, no, seriously, it fixes the problem we addressed with Ningguang skin splash art by actually giving an
It
atmosphere.
addresses it, but it did it terribly. It's like when you're like, okay, at least he answered the question instead of not putting anything, but it's still wrong. Like
Yeah.
it gives you style points, but it doesn't answer anything. Like, why is there just a random tree next to Xingqiu? Once again, I think it's better than that, and it gives a little bit of an edge, and that's why I put it next to kind of where he is.
And so I guess I'm the hot take here. Because he's like it's at least a low A for me.
There's no way.
That's crazy. All right, well, okay, so then
I know.
wait. So if you're around here, we're around there, then it's top of C. Okay, that's an average. Xinyan actually kind
Top
of
of
okay,
C.
not that bad. Top,
Bottom of B, top of C.
I agree. Same thing for me. Rift, where's your pyro buff here? All right, give me something here. Just looking at your face is insane right now. Just
It's a C, middle C at best. I don't like it.
that's fair. Okay, middle of C. All right. So we'll average it out next to Kirara right behind her. All right, Yai Miko. Okay,
Middle of A.
Yai has more than I thought she
The
did. Hold
color
up.
palette is amazing.
So wait, let me
Of
get
course, the
this.
first thing I
Let me
click
let
on
me
is
get this.
not her.
Let me get
original
this straight. Bro looks at Raiden with way more detail in her splash art and goes,
I don't
"Terrible,
think there's more
trash."
detail. I actually think that Yaimiko's splash art is better.
That's insane. All right, I need to get both your guys' heads checked. That's crazy. I do
It's
like it.
middle of A. It's middle of A.
It's a B for me, dude. It's almost low B. I wanted to see the shrine.
I didn't know what to do.
I want to see the shrine. What happened to the shrine? Like she's a shrine
Yeah.
maiden. Like
They're
never mind
showing the
that's where
shrine,
she's
but the
supposed
wrong
to
part of
be.
it, in my
It's the
opinion.
shrine maiden's the whole point of her. It's like why? What happened to that?
Just like they had the Tenshukaku for Raiden, they should have had the whole shrine, not
Right.
just the tree.
Exactly. The tree is nice, don't get me wrong, but I think the shrine is what she's a shrine maiden. Like that's the whole I don't know. All right.
She's not a tree maiden, like
So, all right. So bottom of B for me.
It's a top of B for me, though. I do like the detail, but it's the idea of it is just
All right. We'll
lacking.
put her ahead of Mona just cuz I feel like it's a little bit better if we average it out, I guess. All right. So then where is Yanfei going?
Low C.
I think a low C. She's next to like Bennett, Diona, Kujisara. It's just a low C. It's
Yep.
a nice detail with the burst, but
Yeah, low C, because you get. I'm gonna say middle C is my actual pick, but it's so close to two other low Cs, so just put her in low C.
all right. Yao Yao.
If I remember right, I really
Low
like this
C.
one.
It's good.
It's very, very basic, but I don't know, something about those little Uruguays. It's
It
just cute,
works.
I
Maybe
guess.
middle
It's just
C.
cute. She's actually holding Uruguay.
Yeah, it's a middle C, I think for me.
Probably middle C or better. Like for me, probably top of C,
Okay.
but middle C is a little bit more realistic. Just there really isn't a lot going on, but
All
I
right.
just like that what they is there. It's nice.
Yelan. I think this is
Middle
an
A.
easy
Hold me
A.
back. Hold me back.
Middle A.
I think it's a top A. I think it's right behind Navia, Chloron, Raiden, Neuvillette.
Top A.
Okay. So next to Shenhe is fair.
I think above Shinha.
No, it's way above Shenhe. Holy cow.
Way above
I think
Shenhe?
it's. I think
Here's
it's.
the issue. Here's the issue.
It
I
can't.
just
It
really
can't be any
dislike
better
that.
than Chloron.
That's
It
all.
can't be any better than Chloron.
Yes, that's the
It's
thing.
not better than Chloron, but it's not. Yeah.
I don't know. That's Shenhe. That second
Okay.
Shenhe skin.
Oh, Shenna's skin. I wasn't. I just heard Shenna, and I wasn't looking.
No, I'm looking at the tier list. It's right above the Shenhe
Okay,
skin.
Shenna's skin's amazing. Yeah. So yeah. No, that's fine. Then.
That's why
I thought we were talking
I
default.
personally for me I put her behind Shenhe's skin. Yeah. No, Shenhe got top of B somehow. Which actually it's actually not that bad. All right. Yoimiya. I gotta pull her up again and make sure I'm looking at.
Very low A at max.
Sorry, my guy accidentally.
It's just her burst frame.
Yeah. There's no little skill part where like she gets the enhanced part of her skill. And the arrow she shot, it's not even pyro infused.
I think we could do B. Like I said, like lower A at most.
It's a low B
So
for me.
It's a low B for me. All right, middle of B.
Yeah, probably just middle B. Yeah.
Next to Klee and Tainari, you go. All right, Yunjin. What am I talking about? Yunjin.
Top of C.
Yeah, I put her low C.
Top of C. I like the flags.
Okay. So what is that? Next to Yao Yao, I guess. On the little
Yeah.
bit of the upper end of the middle.
Yeah, probably upper end. Yeah.
All right,
She's got a good pose too. Like it's fitting of the character.
Zhongli.
Middle A.
Top A for me.
Hold on. Oh.
There's
that's-
the sigils on the rocks, the entire leeway
It's
like
so
background
detailed.
line.
Holy.
This was a skill. This was like a splash art that like shaked a lot of people for pulling him. I mean, even like people who try to remake it almost don't even do it justice. Who try to make it better by like drawing it,
You can't. You just can't.
because it's just such a solid.
Oh
Yeah, that's a
man,
top of A for me. I can't put it in S. I was thinking about it, but I can't put it ahead of
I'm thinking
Raiden,
about it too.
Neuvillette, and
I think
everybody else.
that's what I'm riding the waves of. Is it's probably I'll say top A. Oh, but it's so good.
I think
so. I
Top
think it's
A.
top of A. Yeah, let's put it maybe next to Cloron.
okay. All right, well, there are all of our characters. Holy cow, my neck and everything hurt from looking down for this
Every
long. My head hurts. Oh my
that's
goodness,
funny.
that was insane. Yeah, I mean, well, there you go. There's our tier list. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna save this, and we can
Yeah, we'll post
We
it.
can put it in the
Ask
Discord,
people's
honestly.
thoughts.
yeah, I'll post it in the Discord. I'll post it in the in our on our YouTube for community posts and see what you guys think. This is a conglomeration of a lot, so keep that in mind. This is a conglomeration of 3 people, so for people later on.
Yeah.
All right, where did this go to my downloads? Make sure it went to my downloads. Did we not download it? Excuse me. There it is. All right. All right. Well,
Yeah, that was fun though. That was definitely very fun.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it. That was awesome. I enjoyed it. We might do that again for next week. Sorry to anybody
Just
else in
doing
the
power
background who
moves.
was not really. We didn't even pay attention because we just were going for 2.5 hours straight just talking about splash arts. But if any of you guys watch this afterwards, thank you guys for once again watching the video. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, you're awesome. Or to the end of the stream, I guess, when you rewatch it.
If you made it to the end, I bet you fell asleep.
Probably. But all right. Well, let us know where I guess we went wrong. Let me get rid of me and Rift for a second so you guys can see everything. There's the kind of picture for the stream at least so you guys can see everything. There's everything that's going on for that. So if you guys like that the most, if you guys are like, you guys are crazy, stupid, that's fine. Once again, this is 3 people's combined entire idea behind this. So once again, yeah, just let us know what you guys would change. But I think that's everything we've got. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next stream we do next week.